Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast, pop culture in the dark, because it is nighttime where I am. Some people are like, why do you say in the dark? It's daytime where I am. I'm talking about you, talking about me. I am literally in the dark. That is what the podcast is. And it's the number one in the dark podcast in the world. Like, no one else does a podcast in a dark room that's higher ranked than mine at this exact time of night. Did you know that, 3Dub?
No. That's something new. Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everyone. It is I and 3Dub. Other guests have not arrived yet. We'll see who shows up. No one told me they weren't coming, so I think all the regular people should be here. But you never know. You never know. I did see over on Pagey's channel, someone was like, go read the comments under his last video. Because he hasn't made a video in 2 months. And so the comments are really funny. I think there's some people over there who are reminding people that he's not died. He's still alive. Some people think he's dead. Then there's people who are saying that he's taking a vacation. He hasn't made a video in 2 months. I think that's a little bit more than a vacation. Do you remember? I don't think it was it last year or the year before last where Pagey just disappeared? Was it last year?
I think it was last year.
Yeah, he like disappeared for like 3 months or whatever.
He dropped off the face of Australia.
Well, I mean, like during that time, I wasn't even talking to him at that time. So, but this time I can like talk to him. Like he's not disappeared for me, so I can still reach out to him.
Lucky.
But for other people, he's disappeared. So there's that. Let me make sure I pause my thing over here. All right. Let's see. Live chat. I want to make sure I'm on live chat. Last time when stuff was happening, I was on top chat. So you know how when you don't switch it, you don't see all the comments. Mm-hmm. So I was like missing comments last time or whatever. He hasn't left the internet. He watches the show. Like he comes in and watches the show. So he's around. He just doesn't jump in all the time. He's busy doing a lot of other stuff, so he doesn't have a lot of time to watch all the shows and movies and everything like that. So he doesn't jump in because of that reason. But that's what, it is what it is. We got a few topics tonight. At the end, we're going to do a couple of our, if we have time, we'll do a couple of our lists that we have. But the main topics tonight are going to be, we're going to be talking about what's next for James Gunn's Superman franchise. We got some information on that. We're going to take a look at a few different random bits of information, like the money that Marvel made in each one of their phases. We're going to talk about Gina Carano and Disney. That finally has a resolution. Dean Cain, 3Dub's favorite Superman.
No, not even close.
3Dub's least favorite Superman has an update. And we got some news on the Batman Part 2. Maybe a few other things. We'll see how it goes. We'll also talk a little bit about Fantastic Four, and we've got some videos we might watch. No trailers today. I don't think any trailers came out. Actually, like I'm thinking, I don't think there's any trailers this week that we had.
I'm going to see Freakier Friday tomorrow, which is Friday, which is funny.
that is pretty funny. Freakier Friday.
I'm like, I wasn't planning on it, but my dad basically begged me to go. I'm like, okay, fine, free popcorn.
That's true. We got a super chat though. Let's see who jumped in with the super chat. Our first one of the night. If we reach our super goal chat, if we reach our super chat goal on the Reloaded channel, you guys know you get to pick the topic. If we reach the super chat goal on the Debunks channel, you guys get to pick what video I do on Monday. So that's the new thing that I did here. Naruto here with a $2 super chat. Have you watched Happy Gilmore 2 yet? No, I have not. We watched, what did we watch today? Star Trek Strange New Worlds came out today. We watched that. What else did we watch? We watched Death of the Unicorn. It was a movie that came out this year that I didn't even know it came out. Did you know that movie came out?
I've heard. I remember hearing about it, but I don't watch horror. So,
well, we watched it. I thought it was pretty good. It's got Paul Rudd in it and Jenna Ortega. So
I did see Wednesday though.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We watched Wednesday. So we're done with the first. It was only 4 episodes. We're done with those already. So no, we haven't had a chance to watch Happy Gilmore 2.
Can you imagine if it was Invincible's spacing of between the part 1 and part 2?
Yeah.
That would have been suck. That would suck.
Yeah. But I enjoyed Wednesday, the first 4 episodes. I'm looking forward to the second half, which I believe comes out in September.
September 6th.
Okay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun. But no, I'll probably get around to watching Happy Gilmore 2 soon. Like, honestly, like, we were all sitting around deciding what we wanted to watch. We ordered our dinner and we were like, well, what do we want to watch tonight? And every time we're together, like, to watch a movie or watch a show or something, me and my friends, I put it on Happy Gilmore 2 and they're like, no, I don't want to see it. So then we never watch it. So we never get a chance to watch it. So I don't know. If I get, look, I'll do it this way. If I get a, what level super chat should I get to say that I'll watch that movie? Because I really don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch it.
$10.
Okay, $3. There you go. If I get a $10 super chat at all during this stream, at any point, I will watch Happy Gilmore 2 and talk about it. But it has to happen during this stream. So $10 super chat and I will watch Happy Gilmore 2. And I'll give my honest opinion about it. Twisted Metal this week was okay. Episode 5 was a bit better than 4. I haven't seen it this week. So Lone Wolf says, anybody here gonna see Weapons? I'm probably gonna go see it Sunday or Monday. So somewhere around there. It's some point in time at the end of the weekend. Crazy Joe here says, Eric, I was talking about you over at Little Movie Perp stream, was saying you do an excellent job articulating the bullshit these grifters push. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't really articulate is a big word. Articulating is even bigger. I just talk about stuff, that's what I do.
You debunk.
Anyway. Yeah. That's what happens. That's what we do over here. All right. So since we don't have some people here yet, I was going to wait a little while to get in some stuff. I got some other softball topics. Let's do that here.
Hit them out of the park.
Yeah. We'll get them out of here. So, where's it at? We do have a super chat here from Cody, $5 super chat. Honestly, don't think we're getting trailers for a while. Oh, because there's not a lot coming out. When do we think we're going to start seeing trailers again?
December, November.
You think it's going to be that long? I would say November. November, I think, probably.
We did get Avatar Way of the Fire and Ash, so.
Yeah, but I think we'll get a better trailer for that closer to the release schedule or whatever. Oh, we have a couple videos to watch too. The Punisher. Did you see the John Bernthal speech that he did?
Nope.
Oh yeah, I'm going to keep that up because we're going to watch that. Oh, Darren has arrived.
Hello.
I saw your hat compilation, by the way.
Thank you.
I thought it was very well
I thought
done.
it was like a wig at first, and then you pulled it down.
No, it's a Lorax hat.
Yeah. No, I saw the hat compilation. What do you think about this statement, Darren? We're not going to get trailers for a while.
For just
there's
what,
not
anything?
a lot coming out. Yeah. Well, not for anything, but like for the stuff that we would go over and stuff like that. I don't think we're going to see a lot.
I mean, maybe because we just got Avatar, we just got Zootopia. We should be getting more like Mortal Kombat stuff, right? Like Mortal Kombat Tron is really gonna be speeding up on promotion. But I think for like new stuff, for like first trailers, it's gonna be a while, I would assume.
Special cock hat.
Oh, I took it apart, Dalton. I just put the poster up there. But I printed out a poster last night for the 100th episode. I posted it on a hat.
Oh, okay.
so that's what they're talking about.
I haven't seen the Shelby Oaks trailer. That's the Chris Stuckman movie. Haven't seen it yet. Is there an actual trailer for it? Or is it like is it? Okay.
Yeah, there's a trailer out.
We might give that a watch. I like Chris Stuckman, so I might check it out. Anyway, I was saying earlier, I didn't really want to watch Happy Gilmore, but if I get a $10 super chat at any point during the stream, I will watch Happy Gilmore this weekend, the second one. So, what's up, Anthony? Hey, Anchorman. Anthony says, what are your thoughts on the theory? I think the time we get introduced to the older members of the Bat family, they're going to be like Clark, in the sense they've only been heroes between 2 to 4 years. Wait. The older members of the Bat family. So everyone except for Batman. Like Batman will be the oldest, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, this made me happy today. I saw a bunch of like updates about this. My Adventure with Superman season 3 is currently in post production. Showrunner Jake Wyatt confirms.
I like when they are like happy with what they're doing and trusted to be popular.
Can I throw something out there, 3Dub and Darren, that's probably not true, but I just want to believe it's true in my mind?
Okay.
That I think this cartoon and Superman and Lois helped the success of the Superman film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think any promotion for a character, like I think always more material for a character being out there will always help it, right? Like if there was zero Superman content to come out before the movie, then it probably wouldn't have been as popular as a character. So like representation does matter, promotion does matter. So yeah, I think to an extent, and I've said for a while, for a couple of years, I think this Superman Lois and then the Superman were like this three slam dunk to kind of change the representation of Superman in the modern people's eyes, because
Can you believe it took this much work to make people get back on the right page with Superman? I mean, it took a while.
I also wonder if what James Gunn was doing by debunking a bunch of false rumors to make the movie sound like shit, kind of helped it too. So there wasn't like any like false.
Yeah, but you know what? Obviously, he wanted to try and clear the air, but he learned very quickly that you can't do that because when you debunk one thing, you confirm something else.
Yeah,
that was the problem. Like if it's like, oh, these two actors are running for Poison Ivy, and he's like, well, it's not that actor, and they're like, oh, so it's the other one. So like he couldn't keep doing that. So, but I love this, and we also had some casting, I think, for the Green Lanterns. My Adventures with Green Lantern.
Yeah,
I was trying to figure out if I recognized the person who got cast, or because I didn't sound familiar to me when I read the tweet. There was no pictures with it.
What was his name?
No, it was a young girl, I think.
Jessica Cruz.
Well, I don't know if that's who she's playing or not.
I didn't see an actual casting. I just saw like a casting description, which I don't know if you saw that. I thought it was very interesting. They said it's a requirement for the actress to sing, and I was like, is it a musical? Is it like not even like a musical, but like is music a big part of this character? Because I don't remember. I could be wrong. I don't remember Jessica Cruz having a big, like singing being a big part of who she was as a character. So that's going to be interesting.
I wonder if it's Black Canary.
We need someone with a loud voice.
Let me see if I can find it.
We do have updates on Batman Part 2, guys. I don't know if you saw that or not. Let's go ahead. I'll bring that over while you're looking that up.
Is it being rewritten again?
No. Well, I don't know. It still could be, I guess. But it says here, Louise goes, not only Soups with his return already secured, Warner Brother Discovery's controversial CEO David Zaslav, I love that the controversial was put in there to describe who he is, has also announced that after several delays and rumors, the Batman Part 2 is finally happening as cameras start rolling for the Matt Reeves directed sequel next spring 2026. Anytime between March and May, very similar to the first Batman, which started filming in Q1 2020, which got screwed over by the pandemic quite a few times. So 2026 filming, which means probably a fall 2027 or early 2028 release. Right? That seem about right?
Besides like classics being like having a sequel, this is the longest like DC gap between two films.
I don't know. The Brandon Routh Superman movie was a continuation of the 1970s, 1980s Superman. So that was a pretty long gap, right?
Well, recently.
I don't know. I haven't really seen. This is obviously anecdotal take on this, but I haven't seen a lot of people talking about this announcement.
I think the hype for Batman has died down.
Batman in general, or this Batman?
This Batman.
I could imagine if they announced the DCU Batman right now, that would be
the
big
hype.
News.
I mean, I think with things like this, and we saw the same thing with like Fantastic Four and Blade. There's only so many times you can say this thing is happening before we don't give a shit. And it's not that we don't care about this project, but we don't care about updates on the project that aren't substantial. It's
Right.
like, okay, it's filming. All right. It'll film when it films. It'll come out eventually. And once we can get a trailer, once we can get actual news, real casting, real developments, then people will care again. But right now, it's just, it's filming sometime next year. There's nothing really to talk about there, I'd say. It's just kind of more of what we've heard before. So,
and also that doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. Like something could happen between now and then that delays the filming.
Yeah.
Again.
You know, I always feel much more comfortable when something's currently filming. You know what I mean? Like when they're actually on set putting together the movie, I feel better then. When I know something is this far out, I'm like, okay. Maybe, possibly, but I did get a little excited when I saw it because we've been talking about this for how long now? Like, this is actual good news for once about this, where it's not some massive speculation.
It's good limbo news until.
But we also don't know what the story is, though. Like, we don't know what this is supposed to be yet. We know that he doesn't want to use the Joker, so it's not going to be a Joker movie. At least that's what Matt Reeves said originally. He didn't want to make it a Joker movie.
I'm still like either the Court of Owls would be a good villain or Freeze. I would like Freeze too.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he has said that what everyone says is wrong. Like every theory that he's heard of like who the villain is going to be is not it. So to me, that rules out Court of Owls. That rules out Clayface. That rules out.
He could have not seen those. Also.
True, but like those are very popular fan theories. Like everyone are saying like those three. Bane is also out, so I think it's going to be someone a little bit more. Hush would also be out because that one was also very popular. But you are right. Like maybe he's kind of lying through his teeth. That happens sometimes. But yeah, we'll see.
League of Assassins. There's a lot of villains.
There is, and yeah. It's going to be. I mean, listen. Like next year's going to be fun, right? Because next year is when we really get to have a conversation. Once they get to filming, once we see photos, once we see probably leaked suits, we'll probably hear some more casting and stuff like that.
No, I wouldn't want to see Bane, Philip. I don't think I'd want to see Bane in this. You know, at least not now, as a second villain.
Especially when there's another Bane coming.
I'll be honest. I think Bane is one of those villains that you have to wait a while. Like you can't introduce him so soon. He was very late in Batman's timeline, and he introduced another person had to fill in for Batman while he was recovering. So
I would really
like how they introduced Bane and Batman and Robin. That was very, very, very fast.
I mean, I would really love Hush. Like, I don't think they will, because again, that was a very popular fan theory. But I think it'd be very interesting to have, like, this is a Bruce Wayne who doesn't really know who Bruce Wayne is yet, right? He's like 100% Batman and like 10% Bruce Wayne, and I think it's a really cool idea to have someone else be more Bruce Wayne than he is himself, and I think that could be a really cool transition to like, oh, I need to make a mark on who I am before someone else does it for me. But I like that would be a cool idea.
I like the idea of Hush, but also I don't like the idea of it being too close to another doppelganger that we've already seen, which is Ultraman. So it kind of like feels like they're not thinking outside the box on it. They're basically using
he's not a
the same concept.
Though.
He's basically using the same concept of someone impersonating someone.
Yeah, but the thing was that's not what Ultraman was. Ultraman didn't want to. His identity wasn't public until the very end. And I don't think a lot of people saw him.
But to the audience, it's basically the same concept of just having the same actor play two different parts.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if that would be the case though, right? Because Hush and pretending to be Bruce Wayne would be using Bruce Wayne's face in a way, whereas Ultraman was hiding his identity so people didn't know it was Superman.
Well, I mean,
Right.
like the circumstances are different, but the overall like underlying thing is Robert Pattinson will be playing two roles. He will be playing Bruce Wayne, the real one, and Bruce.
Also,
Wayne.
he did that in Mickey 17 already. I don't know.
That
is
too.
true. That
I
is
don't know if that
true.
would be a good idea to do that again, honestly. No, I don't think this will go beyond a trilogy. We'll be lucky to get a trilogy, honestly.
Hmm.
So Bob says, give me Court of Owls, you cowards. Yeah, a lot of people,
I
you
would
know,
like
Court of
that.
Owls is one of those things where I feel like you'd have to do multiple films to do it, honestly,
Yeah.
or at least set it up in one film and then pay it off in another.
Or try to do a TV show and call it Gotham Knights.
I was actually going to say that. Like, I actually do think a show from the perspective of the Court of Owls would actually be kind of really cool. You know, this like cult drama could be kind of sick, and then it like builds up into the movies over the course of like that could be kind of cool. But we've got a lot of Court of Owls over the last couple of years, so maybe take a break on them. I don't know.
So I also want to go ahead now, and I'm going to share this here. This is the Discord link. I'm only going to be sharing the Discord link during live streams. It's not going to be posted anywhere on my profiles. So if you guys would like to join, here is the link now. Join the Discord server. The rules are under the welcome section. Be cute in there. Do not act up. I have a lot of mods. And they all have different personalities. And you never know when one of them is going to be triggered and ban you. So be cute. Check out the channels and all that. There's also a role request server. So if you are whichever channel you're watching from, you can get the flair for that by asking for it in the role request. So here we go. This is the Discord link. Yeah, it should work. Jump on in. We're trying to build the community over there.
Tab now.
So see, Darren, you shared something. Is this the Green Lantern?
That was the Green Lantern thing. I'm not sure how official that is.
Okay.
But that's something.
A casting call. Hello, has been reported gone out for Jessica Cruz in My Adventures with Green Lantern. Jessica, aged 14 to 15, is described as a chronically anxious freshman who ends up being chosen by the magic ring to be the cosmic champion of all life. The actor will also be required to sing. So that's really interesting. Like you were saying, this taking place in that this is the same world as My Adventures with Superman, right?
Mhm.
I mean, it's the same universe.
Yes.
I wonder if they're going to make her like a theater kid or something like that. You know what I mean? Like to sort of change her personality a little bit from the comics. What do you think?
I mean, they did
what's happening
change
or no?
up Superman's backstory too.
That's what I'm
And
saying. Yeah.
I feel like it's a unique way of saying this is a different universe.
You know, I just hope they don't make it woke. That's all I'm hoping for.
No, I think this is fine. I guess I don't know much about Jessica Cruz, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm an expert or anything. But like, I'm curious to see what they do here. It's interesting her being so much younger than Superman, which is not a problem. But in my head, I was like, it would be cool if they could do some kind of like crossover.
I feel like they will. I think that will happen. Also, Jessica Cruz in the beginning was kind of like her and Simon Baz were the ones that you saw together all the time.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Simon's going to be a part of the show or if they're going to delete that character altogether. We got Ronan in the house. What's going on, Ronan?
Hey, y'all.
Before I ask Ronan about this, I want to answer this member chat here. If being in post makes me think January release, so that's what we're thinking about. My Adventures with Superman is that it's going to be a January release.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm totally down for that. The beginning of the year is always rough, so any sort of content they want to give us, I'm totally down for.
Yeah.
And I love that fucking show. I don't care if there are people that hate it. I think it's a great adaptation of Superman. Yeah.
I'm guessing even though like Jessica Cruz is going to be 14 or 15, the actress will not be 14 or 15.
Probably not.
Probably not. No. I mean, we could have a really good stretch of DC content next year. Like, let's say this is January, right? Let's say it's January, runs for like 8 to 10 weeks because I think seasons are normally like 10 episodes, 10 to 13 episodes. So that will run. Then after that, Lanterns comes out somewhat in early of the year, so probably about March or April-ish time. That will run for like 8 weeks.
It's good synergy for the branding because
Then-
everything is sort of playing together. You know what I mean?
Then it's not that long until Supergirl in June, and then we're looking at Clayface in October. Like
Mhm.
we got a pretty good consistent lineup next year. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I think that's kind of it for DC, but still, like that's a pretty good.
Getting another season of Peacemaker next year.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I doubt it. It takes a lot. Like, it's been a while since season 1, and then again, I think he said that like he wrote, I don't know how many pages worth of like material for both television and film, and he's like, I am not doing that again. So I'm like,
yeah. I think he's. I don't think he wants to go past 3 a year, to be honest. Like, I think it's just going to be Lantern, Supergirl, Clayface. Like, I think those are going to be the main 3 we focus on.
Yeah. We have a super chat from Rooter, a $5 super chat. Blade Runner and Top Gun had sequels 35 years after the initial release. Imagine a sequel to the Batman coming out in 30 years. And like, that would be hilarious. 3Dub would be laughing so hard in 30 years. He'd be like, see, I told you as an old man. I told you in 30 years.
Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
I said DC. I was being specific for a reason.
Lanterns will most likely get at least 3 seasons. Yeah, I think that My Adventure with Superman were locked in for 2 seasons in the beginning. Look, I've said this before, and I think Darren, you agreed with me. I don't know if you agreed, 3Dub, and Ronan, I'm not sure if you agree or not, but I think all modern shows should be fighting for at least 2 seasons in their initial contract, so that way, even if they end on a cliffhanger and they don't do great going into that second season, the showrunner has time to like wrap up the story before the show gets canceled. They're only 10 episodes. It's like 8 to 10 episodes. Anyway.
That, and also I believe like every season should have a conclusion.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I would have hoped by now we would have been past the era like in Firefly where it's like one amazing season of television and it just became a cult phenomenon, and we've been having to like linger on, which I don't mind cross medium storytelling, but like on one movie and comics and books if we're lucky, especially in the modern era. I would hope that it'd be like, all right, let's make sure that each season has a beginning, middle, end, and because the material is good enough that the studio bothered putting up money, give them one more season to like get another chance to get these actors material to do, because again, most of the times these people are locked in for 6 months, maybe 8 months, and they're not doing that many episodes of television. Like, I remember hearing, I felt so bad for her, but the actress who was in the Orville, who was also in the G.I. Joe movies,
Adrienne Padalecki, is that the one?
Yeah, when she said on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast how much she filmed over the course of 3 years, and I was just like, that is madness. Madness what they have to be put through. And again, like,
think about this, the actors in that range have to do that much work because of their ticket, how much they get paid to be there. But then you have big actors that can do like a 2 months filming on a movie and then take the rest of the year off and not do anything. You know what I mean?
And like take kind of a cue from like what the animation thing has been doing for almost 20 years, where they don't necessarily do it by season. It's like you are doing the batch of 20 episodes, you have a 20 episode order, and then you run that through, and that's what we're seeing a lot right now, where it's like 2 seasons. It's like, okay, here's 10 episode a season, 10 episode a season. You get that at least. So you are working that. That's why Invincible season 3 came out so close to season 2, because they were working on it for like 3 years straight, and is why there's going to be a huge gap in between 3 to 4. And
don't remind me.
They've been doing those 2 drops. So I think we're in this like My Adventures verse for a while, because I would assume they're probably right now doing seasons 3 and 4, and then 1 and 2 of Lanterns as well, is what I would assume.
Jay Kung here going, Young Justice is probably never coming back. Yeah,
they had their chance, and they
I don't know about these 2, because I don't think there's been any official announcement about them not coming back. I just don't know. I'm not sure.
There's been no word either way.
Also, so when does My Adventures with Green Lanterns come out?
There's no date.
There's no date, because I don't think they're going to start filming. I'm assuming it's going to be. So my theory is they're going to try and make it so that it airs off years of My Adventures with Superman, or off season.
That'd
Like
be
if one
smart,
is at the beginning,
yeah.
and one is at the end. So
Each year has an adventures
Yeah.
story to be told.
yeah. Jake has
Hey,
arrived.
Jake.
What's up?
What's up?
Also,
X-
Darren, what the hell are you wearing?
I speak for the trees.
There is supposed to be a Blue Beetle animation in works, but I haven't heard anything about that either. So
Yep.
I don't think it's made progression.
All right, so let's talk about one of the controversial topics tonight. We're going to squeeze in controversy in between fun stuff.
You waited for me to get here just for that, didn't you?
Well,
Jake,
you
what
missed
did you do?
you missed all the fun stuff.
That's typical.
You said, what did Darren? You say, Jake? What did you do?
Yeah.
Well, Darren, we're not doing a 5-hour stream tonight.
Oh, okay.
All right, this news came out, and we have to talk
Oh,
about
God.
this, right? We have to talk about
Yeah,
But
I
I-
saw this.
it. Okay, but I want to preface this by saying that I think my take is the rational take on this one, but let's go ahead and jump into this. So, Gina Carano, Disney settle legal dispute over Mandalorian firing. We look forward to identifying opportunities to work together in the future. Never. Based on what they said at the end of this and how things are worked out, this will never happen. She will never work with them again. And let me tell you why, because the way this lawsuit is panned out, she can't say anything about any of this stuff. And they never have to explain it. And this is done with prejudice, meaning this can never, she can never take them back to court for this again. So I know people don't like Disney, but based on the two options they had, they took the better option. And to her, though, I think financially, they probably gave her a lot of money. She probably made a lot of money out of this. But now she is screwed in terms of her, what she can do about this specific thing. Let's read what it says, okay?
She dug her own grave.
Yeah, let's read what it says here. Everybody can give their own opinion, but I'm going to give my take on it. I think my take's kind of rational. We'll see. Could be irrational. You never know.
None of the rest of ours are rational, just his.
Lucasfilm and Walt Disney Company reached their mutual agreement. Keep in mind that says mutual agreement, okay? Because a lot of people are saying she won the lawsuit. She didn't win. It's a mutual agreement. That's what a settlement is. I had to deal with the settlement back in June. No one wins. There's concessions on both sides. Reached a mutual agreement in their legal dispute with Gina Carano following her firing from The Mandalorian, which, by the way, it wasn't an actual firing. They just didn't renew her contract. I know people use firing as a term. Yes, loosely you could say it's firing, but technically, legally, it was not firing.
There's a difference between the terms.
Yes. A Lucasfilm spokesperson said in a statement provided to Variety, the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm are pleased to announce that we have reached an agreement with Gina Carano to resolve the issues in her pending lawsuit against the companies. Ms. Carano was always well respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff, and she worked hard to perfect her craft while treating her colleagues with kindness and respect. With this lawsuit concluded, we look forward to identifying opportunities to work together with Ms. Carano in the near future. So let me break this down for anybody that doesn't understand what this means. This is fuck you, goodbye. That's what this is, because the thing is, it's done. The lawsuit is over now, and she claimed. Actually, I have my notes. Let me pull my notes up here.
We look forward to the opportunity of never working with her again.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they don't have to. That's the thing about this lawsuit is the way it's done. They don't have to actually work with her again.
No.
So let me read this out here. I got the actual stuff here in front of me. Okay, so this is the history of this. In February 2021, Lucasfilm announced Gina Carano's contract would not be renewed because it wasn't a firing for The Mandalorian Season 3. The key catalyst was a series of controversial social media posts, notably one compared being a conservative Republican to be Jewish during the Holocaust. Other posts included mocking pandemic precautions, sharing election fraud-related conspiracy theories, and making anti-trans remarks that could be perceived as transphobic. Now, again, the last part is just, there's a little bit of confusion about that one, but either way, that was what the issue was. Lucasfilm condemned the behaviors and firmly distanced itself from her statements. Her exit also led to the cancellation of the spinoff Rangers of the New Republic. I think that was actually what she was mad about. I don't think it was The Mandalorian. I think it was that she lost a show because of this. Because The Mandalorian, she was she was a very loosely used character in The Mandalorian, but she was going to get her own show, right? Mm-hmm. So now the situation here is this sparked debate over cancel culture, political bias, and double standards in Hollywood. She claimed she was targeted for her views while male co-stars were not sanctioned. And this is really important because it wasn't that she said she was fired specifically for what she said because she knew that contractually she couldn't call him on that. So she tried to play a sexism thing. Like she was fired because she was a woman saying this stuff, not because she was. That's the actual lawsuit.
Well,
So
that's
February.
People often try to use whenever they get called out for that stuff.
Yeah. So in February 2024, Carano filed a lawsuit against Disney and Lucasfilm for wrongful termination due to sex discrimination, political targeting, and selective punishment were the secondary portions of that case. Now, the suit was backed by Elon Musk, who was paying for everything. Like basically, he was like all the bills were being paid by him. Now, Disney originally tried to dismiss this case, but a judge denied the motion, allowing the lawsuit to go to trial. Now, Carano scored a legal victory there because in April 2025, a judge ordered Disney to produce actor pay records, meaning Rosario, Pedro, stuff like that, to try and assess lost earnings. Disney's efforts to block that discovery were denied, and this increased Carano's leverage. Now, this is why I think this was their best course of action, because if they went to court, and I'm not team Disney, definitely not team Gina. This is just me putting the facts out there. If Disney would have gone to court against Gina, who now had leverage on them, they would have had to reveal a bunch of their documents to public, like all the pay rates of these actors, any other issues with them, like if they were ever reprimanded on set, things like that. They knew that if they did this, the court of public opinion would skewer them. And then if she beat them in court, she could continue to run around and talk about this for years and years and years and years, right? So they decided to settle. Now, the settlement happened on the 7th, which was yesterday. They settled with Carano out of court, filing a joint motion to dismiss. Joint motion, meaning she did not win this case. I've seen a lot of people posting videos saying she won. She didn't win. There's no win when two parties settle. Literally, there's no winner. So they had a joint motion to... Right, exactly. Lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice, meaning it can't be brought again. The terms are undisclosed, but the official statement expressed mutual respect and an openness to future collaboration. We do know that there's an NDA situation here, so Disney can never talk about this again, and she can never talk about this again. So let me tell you why I believe this is a victory for Disney and a net negative for Gina if she doesn't know how to manage her money, because I don't know what the check looks like. The check could be real thick and juicy, right? The check could be, it could be like the best check you could ever get. And I'm talking like multi-million-dollar check, more money than she would have ever been paid for her actual work, right? That's what I think it might be, because they want to shut her up. And this is probably why they came to this mutual beneficial thing. She can't talk about this anymore, meaning you won't see her on interviews talking about it. She won't be going on streams talking about it. And literally most people want to talk to her about this because everything she's tried to do outside of this has failed. All the movies she's done, all the stuff she's done has failed. Now, I'm not saying that's because she's a bad actress or she deserves to be canceled or whatever. It's just the reality. Everything she's done outside of Star Wars has failed. All of it. Even the movie she's headlined. This was the most important thing that she had going on.
Yeah.
Secondly, they don't have to work with her again, and they don't have to give a reason why now at this point, because there's nothing they can say. They can't talk about it. She can't talk about it. So they can literally just be like, we don't have anything for you. Sorry. We don't have anything to work with you or whatever. And lastly, she was making money going around and doing interviews and stuff like this over this by getting donations, and Elon was funding her lawsuit and stuff like that. She was getting money for that. She can't do that anymore. Like Disney, the only thing Disney lost was a tiny bit of money, because we're talking about a company worth $400 billion, right? They lost a tiny bit of money to pay her off, and they don't have to deal with her anymore.
Yeah.
So they actually won. Now, this is the time where you're talking about a big corporation, and I feel for any actor, not just specifically Gina, for trying to go up against a large corporation, because this is the most you can get out of it. And I said over a year ago, this would get settled out of court and she would get money for it. And that's exactly what happened. So my opinion on this is I think Disney made the best decision they could make as a company. And I think Gina decided that she didn't want to take a chance on going to court, losing and not getting any money, because that would have been bad for her. She could have gone and won. She could have, but they must have made that check very, very juicy. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah.
So anybody else have any opinions on this? Because you can have a different opinion than me, but I feel like that's my take on it. So,
I mean, yeah, I think in a lot lesser words, like they would never work with her again. Like, even if they technically could now, why would they want to? Why would they want to go back in bed with someone that has caused this much drama, this much controversy? And like, yeah, like it would have just been like, she's probably kicking herself now, because guess what is the next Star Wars movies in cinemas?
Right.
Mandalorian.
Right.
Right.
And
like,
she could have been in that movie.
She could have
been in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So probably would have got more than what she's getting. Again, I don't know what she got, so maybe that's totally off. But
look, this was the first amount she was looking at. The first offer was $75,000 in punitive damages.
it's not
After
that.
taxes and lawyers.
Yeah, that's not
You'd be lucky she
that.
got less than half of that.
That's what I'm
Especially
saying.
if we're
Like,
never working again. That's not that good.
yeah. So this is when she wrote back to them. Disney has confirmed what has been along. They will fire you if you say anything they disagree with, even if they have to misrepresent, malign, and mischaracterize you to do it. They're now on record letting everyone who works for Disney know that Disney will take any chance they can to control what you say, think or do, or attempt to destroy your career. Glad they clear that up. The First Amendment does not allow Disney to wantonly discriminate, which is what they have done in my case, and frankly, now admitted they did. If you ever want to know what today's Disney values are, they just told you. The other thing is, and let me tell you why this makes me smile a little bit, is all of the hate channels out there that have been making videos about this, they can't, like, they have to lie and say that Gina won because she didn't win, but that's their only way of like framing this, because otherwise they'd have to admit that this was a mutual thing and Gina took the L from Disney because she gave in. Because if you really want to talk about it, Gina's the one. I'm not saying she lost in the case, but in the terms of what she could have done, she did take an L because she didn't go all the way through with this and take it to court, which she could have. Because Disney was going to go to court no matter what. They were the ones defending themselves. She had the choice to take it to court or not. She decided she was going to go along with whatever money they offered her. So she took what they were giving her, and that means that her beliefs have a dollar sign attached to them. That's really what it is. Like, if you truly believe in something, like, for example, if I got fired from my job because I was sticking up for somebody because of some sort of treatment they were getting, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, if we give you $5,000, what do you think about that? I don't know about that. We give you $10,000. Well, I mean, you treated them like shit, but it's $10,000, so I'm going to take it and go, right? Like, it just means there's a price tag attached to your beliefs if you do that. And that's another thing these channels have to understand is she took the deal. So even if you want to frame it that she won, she gave in to Disney to win the case, if that's your framing of it.
Well, I mean, you have plenty of those channels out there that love, just hitting the false narratives to get traction and clout.
And you also take into consideration the environment where we're at right now, where like a lot of stuff was maybe leaning in towards her and her beliefs and whatnot. And I'll never forget it. I'll never forget watching season 1 of Mando. And for the record, I like her character in the show. I always was a fan of it, and I was just
did
like,
too.
What an intriguing perspective to have.
I was
hope we see
excited
more
for her
of it.
show. Yeah.
And I remember like she was either before season 1 came out or right before season 2 came out. She was being interviewed by ESPN, not for her fighting history, but for her like new stage in her life with acting and whatnot. And I'll never forget watching that the shareholders call and seeing the Rangers of New Republic, and I'm like, oh, that's where Cara Dune's gonna be at, and like,
yeah,
I'm intrigued to see that. And when I kept seeing her tweets going out, and I was astounded she believed that. I'm still astounded she believes that. And people either don't like him or they do like him, or they do. I happen to like him in his show, but I think he said it today. John Rocco said that, like, listen, you're free to say whatever you want. It's free speech. You're allowed to say that. What you're not free of is free of consequence.
Right. That's true.
And it's, again, she really believed in this stuff. It was willing to talk about it in the open. There's a consequence to it, good or bad, and whatnot. And I mean, if we flip it, and I don't want to, it's not worthy of bringing up all the way, but I think about it now. I'm like, look what someone like Ray Fisher had to do to make his stuff going out. And like, who knows if I doubt he'll ever work with Warner Brothers again, or if they will work with him again.
No.
And it's like, there's something, for that. I admire him for what he was willing to stick up for, but like, it's like, that's also at a cost. And I look at it now and it's like, look who she was backed by to go against the Disney company.
No, and Ray Fisher didn't have that. Right.
No,
Ray Fisher didn't have that.
It's like if you have the bigger, gun, then people will, people will look at you differently if you have the bigger trump card or if you have the bigger backing. And I'll say this, I was fully supported Ray Fisher with everything that led up to his time calling out Warner Brothers. He was fully within his right to do that. Anybody calling him a diva can eat shit for all I care. You have so many of these people that are willing to just throw away their morals for all that bread money.
I mean, the truth is that Ray Fisher, regardless of how you feel about him, stood by what he believed in.
Yeah.
So he didn't give in, right? He didn't do that.
He didn't throw his morals away.
Elon could have given Gina the equivalent of the money that Disney probably offered her, and she could have just walked away from this case in the beginning.
Yeah.
What a waste of time to go as far as she did to just give in. But I called this. There's a video from me back in February of last year saying she will settle out of court. She will take money. They'll sign an NDA, and that's it. The video is literally up on my Debunked channel. Literally, it's there from February of last year.
Yeah, like I love that you guys brought up, like, imagine where and again, she's allowed to believe this. It doesn't help the world, doesn't help where we're at right now. But she's allowed to believe this and believe that way. But it's just like, all you had to do was just chill out with the tweets, and you would have had your own show. You might have been in the new movie, and who knows where your character would end up at.
Yeah.
Be it the comics, the merch and whatnot. And like, again, I at points I almost chuckle. I'm like, it's shocking that, like,
well, she was given opportunities to do that, right? Like that was the thing. They gave her opportunities. They like every time this happened, she was told like, hey, we really want to work with you, but you can't, like, this is not good for our company. It makes us look bad when you're doing this. We just don't want to be a part of it or whatever. Every time that happened, it got to the point where they even went as far to go, hey, we will hire a team to come in and have a sit down with everybody to talk about this, to try and work it out. And she still said no.
Yes.
She still said no.
This is so much different than like cases we've seen in the past where we have argued the like morality of it. It's not like the James Gunn thing or the Hartley Roth or the
Hartley Sawyer.
Thank you.
Right, where you got tweets from a decade ago that people are pulling up.
Right.
Like I like those. I am always kind of arguing. It's like, okay, if they are genuinely trying to do better and change, I'm totally good with them trying to work that out. This was different. They had chance number 1, 2, and 3. So in my book, it's like, well, fuck you, get out of here. Like you had your chances, you had your opportunities to change.
Right.
You wouldn't.
When people keep trying to like,
they were given the chance. They were given the chance that a lot of these people in Hollywood don't get, and they still
100%.
They still squandered it.
Yeah, like I remember when people were comparing it to the James Gunn thing. I'm like, well, first of all,
nothing.
As far as if my memory's right, he apologized for those tweets by the time he started filming the first Guardians movie.
Yeah.
And the only reason why he got the boot after Volume 2 was because of his stance on his beliefs, and because some nut job on the internet brought up all this stuff, and Mickey Mouse, shivered. And they knew and again, look at the timeline. They knew they messed up by then, because everybody was like, yo, we're not condoning what he was tweeting out. Everybody, even me was like, yo, that's fucked up. Those tweets are fucked up. But that was a while back. He's matured. He's trying to mature, and he's acknowledged it, like, yo, I made mistakes. My bad. I'm trying to do better. And it's just like, I don't get that air from her. That's her beat to the drum, the beat she has to drum to, and it's just like, c'est la vie.
And you know what? Like, maybe that's why they gave her so many chances, because they realized where they fucked up with James Gunn, and they're like, okay, let's give her a little bit of leniency. Let's talk to her about it. Let's give her a chance to redeem herself. And it's like,
I think it's also because they wanted her to be the lead of a show. Like they wanted her to lead the show. They're like, thank goodness we dodged a bullet. Can you imagine if she would have been a lead of that show and then all of this would have came out? Like that's the thing, is they wanted her to be a lead of a show. Now, again, whether you liked her acting or not, or you loved her in the show or not, they saw something in her that they liked. They wanted to move forward with it. Yeah. They felt like it was worth the investment, and she threw all of that away. For what? Because she took a fucking settlement. Oh my God, this is blowing my mind. She took a fucking settlement. She could have just done the show, because now she signed an NDA, meaning she can't even talk about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
She could have just done the show. It would have been on season 3 by now. She would have made way more money than she got in the settlement, but she took a fucking settlement.
Also, and I don't want to pit them against each other, because I can only imagine how much at that time, or who knows, maybe they still are, how much Emily Swallow, Ming-Na Wen, Katie Sackhoff, Mercedes Monet, the wrestler, how much them 5-4 were like strong together. And like, I look at it now, I'm like, well, thank God we still have Emily Swallow. Thank God we still have Katie. Thank God we still have Ming-Na and Mercedes,
right?
To have that presence in Star Wars. And it's just like, it's just wild.
We're gonna move on from this, but the last thing I want to say is it just blows my mind that if your beliefs can be purchased, why did you do this anyway? Like, what was the point of it? If there was a dollar amount, why not just start with that? If Disney was coming to her and saying, hey, we need you to shut up about that or whatever, I would have went to my agent and been like, okay, they're trying to make me shut up. Let's renegotiate my contract with the next series. And then I'll shut up. Like if they want to do that, if there's a dollar amount attached to your free speech, then go talk to your agent about it. She didn't. She did all of this just to settle at the 11th hour. Crazy.
Instead, it was just trying to save face, but it's like you are not rallying people to your side here.
And also, I think this leaves a precedence for Disney now. Like, all right, they wanted to settle with her about this stuff. Then anybody either on the left can start making fun of the right. And if they get different treatment, then what are we saying now about this Disney? And it's just like, all right, you know, let's South Park do its thing then.
Yeah.
And they're going to start dredging up a bunch of stuff from past as soon as those conversations start.
Well, the thing about it is, Gina, the crazy thing about the Gina thing is if she wants to believe, oh my God, this gets even juicier the more I think about it. So they said they want to work with her in the future, right? So she can't even like just talk shit about them in general now because there's always a possibility that they could hire her to work in the future, which means if she says one shitty thing about them in an interview or anything like that, even if it's unrelated to the Mandalorian, they're immediately going to be like, this is why we don't want to work with you ever again.
Yeah.
So she can't even say anything about them negative, which means she's not going to be able to go on any of these streams and podcasts and be like, well, yeah, I settled, but they're still fucking assholes. She can't do that.
Just wait, man. What's the Joker's line? All it takes is just one bad day. I'm going to fill up that. All it takes is just one podcast.
That's true. We have another fucked up story tonight, but I want to talk about something good before we get to the next fucked up story. Yeah. So Warner Brothers Discovery seems really pleased that the mega hit Superman became at the U.S. box office, with David Zaslav took upon himself to announce that James Gunn will be directing a new film featuring the Super Family. During Warner Brothers Discovery's earnings call this morning, he announced that DC Studios will also commit to deliver 1 to 2 movies every year. That seems like a good idea. While Warner Brothers will release between 12 to 14 films across all divisions. So it seems to me like out of the 12 to 14 films, if they're doing 1 to 2 movies a year from DC, that's probably going to be about half of the films that they release across all divisions based on the numbers, right? I feel like that's depending on how many years they're doing this whole DCU thing, I guess.
I think with the Super Family thing, I think there's a lot of clickbait going around with that because people are using GIFs where it's like 12 super people are in one shot. And like, I think everyone's like, they're rushing this. Oh my God. It's like, clearly this would mean just Superman and Supergirl. Like they're not introducing 20 new super people for this one movie. They're just using that GIF because that word Super Family like rings true from you. It's like,
yeah, that term has been used to describe just Kara and Clark numerous times.
Yeah.
And now Crypto. That's your family. That's your super family.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm very distracted at the GIF and how it's paused.
I see this one here. Hold on. Let me pause in a better spot. There we go. All right.
That's not better.
I think it's a little better. It's a little better. Superman Superman is beyond the break-even point. It's been beyond the break-even point for about a week now.
Yeah.
It's on its way to 600 million.
Fantastic Four is getting close to its break-even point, but Superman past it.
Well, there's a video that I'm releasing tomorrow on my Debunked channel where I'm reacting to somebody's video, and I actually get so frustrated with them. I go into like math world and dive into everything. But the only Marvel movie this year that has actually taken a loss is Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts was actually profitable. It was a tiny window of profit, but it was still profitable. Captain America: Brave New World is still in the red.
Yeah, it earned its production budget back. Brave New World didn't.
Yeah. Brave New World is still about, when all the math is said and done, about 6% under the break-even point, which means they lost some money on that one. Can we go a week, please, without Feige coming out and saying, hey, this is why Captain America 4 failed? Like, can we shut up about that, please? I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that part. But Thunderbolts is about 15% above break even. So it did pretty good, all things considered. It wasn't great. Like, usually they want to see like a 50 to 75% above break even. That's what the studios really like to see. But 15% above break even means they made some money off of it, which means they didn't have to pay the investors back or whatever. Fantastic Four is guaranteed to get above break even. Superman is well beyond break even at this point. So
at this point,
this would not have been announced if it hadn't broke even right now.
No.
So I think they're very happy. Dante says, I think Brave New World is the worst MCU movie, and it pains me to say because I love Sam. I think Brave New World had problems. I can understand why somebody would say it's their personal worst movie, but I try to look at the good in that movie, but yeah, there's some issues in the third act for sure.
Did you watch Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah. What do we before we move on from this topic though? I'm excited about this. I like the idea of like 1 to 2 movies a year. I feel like that's a good beginning for the DCU, or Elseworlds, because it could be one DCU, one Elseworlds movie. We're not really sure. I have to say the enthusiasm I'm feeling around DC right now is really good. It does suck that it's in juxtaposition with like some of the negative vibes that we're getting with Marvel over a slightly underperforming movie right now.
What a twist of fate over the last decade, right?
Right. Well, it looks like we can't have both at the same time. I guess that's what reality is telling us. You can't have both at the same time.
There's always this possibility that it can be 95% complete and then canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like I talked about this, I think, on my show last week, where it's like DC right now is the nice, new, shiny toy, right? It's something new, it's something fresh. We always like new, fresh things. And Marvel is the like 20-year-old veteran that's been doing this for a long time now. And I think people like new things. And, you know, I think we like something fresh and original. So I do think Marvel might, not yet, because we have like Avengers and Spider-Man and probably X-Men around the corner. But I do think at some point the tails might turn and Marvel might become the underdog.
I actually think outside of like, well, I don't know about underdog, but I think that X-Men might be the beginning of that new era for Marvel if they get it right.
Because they already had their time of being the underdog.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true.
I just hope they don't take the success of Jurassic World and Superman as a thing to put 3 Warner Brother movies on.
I think what I think Marvel is going to do to make themselves more profitable with a lower box office is lowering that production budget. I think that's what 100%. We're going to see. Yeah. So moving forward,
and also I think we're going to see them being a lot more picky about what they're greenlighting. I think, you know, and this is sad a little bit, but I think they're going to take less chances. I think they're going to be like, well, we know Spider-Man works. We know X-Men are popular. We know, you know, your Doctor Strange made a lot of money. Your Black Panther made a lot of money. I don't think we're going to see a lot more Thunderbolts, a lot more Shang-Chi's, a lot more Guardians, whereas like those are bets. We don't know if they can be profitable. I think we'll have some. I think every once in a while they'll be like, all right, see if this one sticks. But I think they're going to play it very safe.
Well, I think Marvel's got like $3 billion movies coming up next in line anyway. So
I agree.
I mean, they had to take those risks to get what the big names were that carried them through the 2010s. Guardians was a very risky movie to put out, in particular that lineup.
I also have a list. Somebody dropped it in the Discord. I can't remember who did it, but I have it saved over here of like the different phases and how much money they made. Phase 4 was actually a good phase in terms of money, but we'll look at that in a second. I do want to address the super chats right now because we're at the midway point. In the Reloaded channel, we are 3 out of 10. We need 7 more super chats of any level. That means a 99-cent super chat count. So 7 more super chats at any level to reach 10. I can't believe you guys are making me say this. I'm just kidding. I appreciate all the super chats. We're 3 out of 10. On the Debunks channel, we are 0 out of 5, but we're doing something new in the Debunks channel. If we get 5 super chats at any level in the Debunks chat, you guys on the Debunks channel will get to pick what video I do on Monday, which person I cover on Monday. So if we hit that goal over there, you get to pick what video I make. And if we hit the goal over here on the Reloaded channel, you guys get to pick what's on the list. And let me read what's on the list because I already did it earlier, Jake, before you had even reached out to me. So here is the list that we have. Top 5 favorite movie fights. So your favorite fights in movies over the years.
Okay.
Top 5 worst Arrowverse episodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The next was top 5 most awful costumes in the MCU.
Okay.
And then the last one is top 5 DCU wish list, live action and animation. So
so you did take one of mine.
Yes, one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Not all of them. But yeah, so the top 5 DCU wish list live and animation is winning currently at 35%. But guys, remember to vote. If you're on the Reloaded channel, vote. And on the Debunks channel, the list will go up once we reach the goal, which is 5 super chats. Thank you guys so much for your channel support. You can also become a channel member to get custom badges, emojis, and early access to some videos. I think Staggervore is doing a thing, so we're just going to let Staggervore do his thing there.
Remind me, are we doing 2 lists tonight?
We're going to do 1 for sure, maybe 2.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see what everybody has.
What's the, I was going to say, what's the shore one?
I don't, oh, the one that
I think game franchises.
The video game ones. Yeah, the
Yeah.
video game ones.
All right.
Oh, by the way, I don't know, Ronan, did you see what the list is tonight? I don't know if you saw or not.
Just the 5 ones.
The which one?
The top movie fights.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the one for tonight that we were going to do, the top 5s tonight. I don't know if you saw that.
No,
one or
what
not.
is it?
Favorite top 5 favorite video games or video game franchises. Like if you just want to
Ooh, that's up my alley.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, there we go.
I put that option in and I was happy it won.
Ronan's gonna pick one of the rare video games I play.
Silhouette Animator says all my money went to rent late fees, sadly. Sorry, I
Darren
didn't even
Mario
know-
Party's not rare.
rent late fees, man. That's rough. That's a rough one there. So we are now Staggervore came through. We're now 6 out of 10. We only need 4 more super chats. I think we might be able to reach it. We got another hour. I think we can get there. Thank you, Staggervore. I do appreciate it. Let me pull you up on screen there. Your 99-cent super chats. Thank you. We had one from Lone Wolf for $5. Fun question. If you guys could cut Robin from the new DC, if you could cut one Robin from the new DC, which one would you guys pick? Boba said he'd cut Damian. Oh, there's so much Damian hate. Also, I sent you a DM about Discord or whatever. Yeah, I understand the hate for Damian. I get it. I do get it. Trust me, I understand. But he's also the easiest to say goodbye to because the other ones have been in the comics for so
Yeah.
long.
I have a loophole answer.
What's that?
Cut Stephanie Brown as Robin so we can get her as Batgirl or spoiler.
That's a good one.
She was Robin for a brief amount of time.
I'm going to say Boba took the easy way out, and since Boba did it, I'm going to do it too. Cut Damian because I'm just going to go with what Boba said.
Yeah, people
So
are saying cut Tim. I don't agree at all. Like
I do understand that Tim is one of the most unpopular ones, particularly because of how he was made in the comic books. How they,
see.
I
I think Tim Drake in the '90s was stellar, and like out of before the stuff that's happened to him in recent years, I'm not going to get into it all today, but yeah, because that could be its own stream. But character-wise, I'd say the best character is Grayson, but I think for being Robins, I think Tim is the best Robin.
I'll cut out a new one, clone of Bruce Wayne. There's
I will
apparently
always be a Dick Grayson or a Carrie Kelly Robin fan.
Staggervore, yeah, that's a good one.
I'll cut Tim because I don't really know Tim that much.
Okay,
super well.
that's a fair one too.
Sorry, Jake.
No, but I swear, those solo Robin books during the 90s were stellar reads.
Staggervore with the 4.9 super chat. Would you want Black Lightning or Static introduced in the DCU first? Look, I love both of these characters. Obviously, I think Static would be fun to see in a live action because we've already had a live action.
Yeah.
Black Lightning.
I mean, they know how to do a surfboard, so I mean,
No,
People
I'd
have
love
been
to see
wanting
Static
Static back,
come through, yeah.
and we already got Black Lightning in the TV show. So, like I say, get Static back into the pop culture zeitgeist.
And
Agreed.
Crest was great in Black Lightning. I feel like we could take a little while to bring another Black Lightning on, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be one of those things where like it's that beloved role where it's like, okay, we don't want to rush this one in quite yet. And speaking of Static, I was glad somebody brought this up. Just happen to have this thing in my desk.
just happened.
Staggervore dropping more super chats for 99 cents. Thank you, Staggervore. We are one super chat away from the goal. You don't have to take it upon your own shoulders, Staggervore. You can wait a little while and see if somebody wants to be generous. All right. So even though we're getting a super family movie, you know who's not going to be in that movie? Dean Cain is not going to be in the super family movie because Dean Cain is going to be working for ICE. So no super family movie here. Yeah,
we are now experiencing the real life Superman Red Son.
Yeah. So let's hear what Dean
Bizarro,
has to say.
bro.
I want to see what his justification is because a lot of people were giving me shit when I called this out. They're like, "Oh, you just want people to run around being criminals." I'm like, that is a straw man argument. That's clearly not what I said.
What?
Yeah. I was like, Dean Cain being Superman and then joining an organization that wears a bunch of masks and runs around and harasses people sometimes. Like, I don't think that's a weird thing to be like, why is Superman doing that? I
no,
think that's
guys,
a little
I think
fucking strange.
I think Superman's asking you to join the elite.
What if he wears a Superman shirt while he's doing this? That's going to be bad. Anyway, let's hear what he has to say.
Worse than what he's already done, but anyway.
Well, yeah, but it'd be bad optics for DC if he did that. I mean, that would be
Right.
really bad. So, all right,
You
let's see
could
what
sue
he has to say. Yeah, probably.
These brave men and women need someone to stand up for them. So rarely, these days are we seeing that.
Former Superman actor Dean Cain says he'll be joining ICE. The actor.
He sounds so bored.
By the way, he says they need someone to stand up for them. You?
Right.
You?
That was my first thought. I was like, really?
Are you volunteering as tribute? Is that what's happening here? It's so weird. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Like, that's your golden boy, really?
How bad is your acting career that you have to join ICE? Like, that's like, how far have you fallen? Where you're like, I can't play any role, so I'm going to pretend to be a police officer by joining ICE. I'm going to pretend to be doing something important by joining ICE. Like, that's.
I'm like, I hate to break it to you, but you're not really bulletproof. So good luck with that.
Oh God.
I think Lex Luthor would watch this and be like, Jesus, man, what the hell?
Lex is going to be like, I told you.
No,
I told you so.
I just think Joker would be looking back at this and go, I thought my jokes were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Who starred as Clark Kent / Superman in the 1990s TV series Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, revealed Wednesday on Fox News' Jesse Waters Primetime that he signed up for Immigration and Customs Enforcement to help carry out President Donald Trump's mass deportation agenda.
And you wonder why we can't I'll be honest, when they were saying that the liberal people wanted to combine politics with entertainment, you never saw it like this. It was never like this. I never had to talk about anything political like this until the last 6 months.
Yeah.
It never happened. I didn't have to bring up Joe Biden or Barack Obama or anything like that whenever I talked about DC characters. I never had to do that. For some reason, this ends up being part of the conversation.
Unless we talk about Legends of Tomorrow.
We thought about the same thing.
Karen knows what I'm thinking.
What were you gonna say?
I mean,
The
the DC
Legends of
TV
Tomorrow
shows had no problem
episode.
bringing up Barack Obama.
Oh, the one episode.
Run.
We started laughing, and I immediately knew we were on the same
To be
track.
fair, that was a very memed episode. It wasn't a very
I
good
love that
episode for Barack
episode, so
Obama,
I
but
don't
yeah.
care.
Man.
I've spoken with some officials over at ICE, and I will be sworn in as an ICE agent ASAP. On Tuesday, Cain posted a video on his Instagram encouraging people to join the federal agency, which ramped up hiring after.
This is really sad when you have to take your washed up Superman ass to get on video and be like, hey guys, make sure you come and join the ICE agency because I'm going to be doing it too. This is literally I can't even begin to think about how heads would explode if somebody that was a liberal person was trying to do this with some sort of progressive organization. Can you imagine what they would be saying about it? But they'd be like, shut up and dribble. You know what I mean? Shut up and pass the ball. That's what it would be. They wouldn't sit here and be like, yeah, this is a good thing. Right now, we have the government trying to sue Beyonce for singing at Kamala Harris's event or something like that. But here, it's totally okay with Dean Cain getting on here, calling himself Superman, trying to get people to sign up for ICE. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. I'm sorry.
After Congress passed a spending bill earlier this summer that gives ICE money to hire 10,000 more staff.
I'm stepping up. Hopefully, a whole bunch of other former officers, former ICE agents.
You're stepping up because you have no career. They're offering a ton of money for people to sign up for it. That's why you're doing it. This is a continued grift for Dean Cain. He's literally just part of this whole alt-right grifting circle at this point.
We'll step up and we'll meet those recruitment goals immediately, and we'll help protect this country.
He continued, we have a broken immigration system. Congress needs to fix it. But in the interim, President Trump ran on this. He's delivering on this. This is what people voted for. It's what I voted for. And he's going to see it through. And I'll do my part and help make sure it happens. For more on this story, head to thr.com.
No, we're not going to see any more on this. Thoughts on this, guys? Thoughts on this?
I mean,
He's not going to be in Rush Hour 3, I'll tell you that.
I mean, it's so interesting because we talked back in January, Eric, about how the lines between political and entertainment was going to cross, and I think we were so much more right about that than we thought we would be. I thought it'd be in terms of the themes of movies, it's going to be coming up a lot more and blah blah blah. No, this is just like straight up like propaganda using your fictional background to try and push this narrative, and weirdly enough, I almost think it's going to backfire on him because it just makes it just makes him look so much more sad than anything else.
I mean, what next? Are they going to start, putting him in a Superman shirt again and using him as a propaganda piece to sell
Probably.
war bonds? Is that what they're doing?
Probably. No, I think that's probably going to happen.
I mean, I really hope so because he will get sued. He will get his shit sued. That would not fly.
No,
like,
using him as a propaganda piece? No.
Pun intended?
Yeah.
What?
Not fly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we already.
You'll believe a man can't fly.
We already kind of saw that this year with a certain political figure being photoshopped on the Superman face.
Oh,
right?
yeah, the Trump picture of him being Superman. Yeah.
So it's like they're really trying to get this Superman propaganda thing going, and
it's weird because they like so many people in that space. Like if you came over here like 5 months ago before Superman came out, there was a whole group of people trying to disparage Superman as a character. Like they were spending so much time doing that, and now it's like we want everyone to be Superman, including our ICE agents.
Yeah,
Superman is an alien. It goes against that.
But that's what's so funny about this. That he played the character and he fundamentally doesn't understand the character at all.
No.
There are scenes from the show that have been making the rounds of like, dude, you guys talked about this in your show in a more liberal left-wing side. Like, what the fuck are you? What Kool-Aid did you drink?
Right. No, that's why I'm glad that we're going away from the whole, truth, justice, and the American way saying for two reasons. One, it limits Superman to America when Darren knows where I'm going with this. Superman and Lois said it best. No. He can't give his allegiance to one country because he gave it to the world. But also, secondly, I mean, the conceptual definition of quote unquote the American way has been like thrown through the meat grinder for decades.
Because it changes every 4 years. It changes.
It keeps changing. Whereas Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow, it is timeless. It has one like slightly ambiguous but one core definition, and there's no way to outdate that statement.
Can you imagine this? Dean Cain handcuffing a 5-year-old wearing a Superman onesie. Like I want to laugh because it seems absurd, but it's possible it could be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see here. We do have a couple super chats.
Can I also say that, like, listen, this dude, like right now, I felt a tremble, and the guys know what it is. I felt right now, Sequin Schutz's body is rolling right now underneath me, being like, I've seen this dude like this, and I'm like, everybody who plays these big characters like Captain America and Superman, I'm not expecting them to be saints, but I don't expect them to go this low. And like again, like what Christian Garcia had brought up, I'm only waiting to see something in 4K drop of him being part of an ICE raid, and someone who might be half Japanese and recognizing like you're Superman, and he handcuffs that kid or that or whatever, and it's just like that is the tragedy of all this. That like he drank the Kool-Aid, he has a right to believe this, but like I'll say this. Whether right now the right and his beliefs are in charge of a lot of stuff, history is gonna like spank him in the ass. Yeah. And I feel bad for anybody who either is friends or related to him in this way and go down this route. Again, he has a right to believe this. But man, oh man, in history, woo.
Yeah. And to be a little bit meta here too, it kind of makes me think about a thing from Dark Knight Returns where he says, Clark always trusted somebody with a badge or a flag no matter what. It's like it's kind of playing itself out right here.
Mm-hmm. We had a super chat here from Staggervore. By the way, we hit the goal in the Reloaded channel. Staggervore finished it off here. Thank you so much for coming through, everybody that got to the goal. You can continue support if you want to, but this means we've unlocked the poll. 189 from Staggervore. This is a real life Homelander in the making. Yeah.
Yep.
Unrelated from Harrison James, $2.99 super chat. Have you guys seen the trailer for Goat? Looks great. I haven't seen it. Goat, what is that?
It's like a animal basketball movie, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
like
heard there's goats in it.
It's yeah.
Where'd 3 go?
I don't know. But
Something
no,
I
it
did-
looks.
Something I did to keep up with them.
It looks fun. It looks interesting. I'm curious. See.
No, Ronan's
Dropping like flies.
I was about to say we are dropping off like flies.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Let's see here. All right, we've got a couple more super chats, but let's finish this up before we move to those because then we're going to move on to another topic. But it's just really sad to see because I used to really like Dean Cain. I thought he was a cool guy, and then politics came into play, and it's like this guy's a piece of shit actually. And it sucks because he's on like the earlier seasons of Supergirl. So
Yeah,
you go back and you watch, you
that's
see him on the
true.
show, and then you realize why he's not there anymore.
Yeah,
Again, it goes back to like, why do you keep associating yourself with a character or property that is so much more about not just you and your beliefs? It's not just about America and its beliefs. It's so much more about it. Like I look at Superman and I look at Star Wars. I look at Dean and I look at Gina. I'm like, why do you bother even being associated with this if it's so much against who you are? Like if it's a challenge, if a challenge you want, sure, but you haven't had this challenge since the 90s.
Right.
And it's like with Gina, it's the same thing. Like you had FF and then Star Wars, and it's just like I look at it now and I'm like it's fascinating. In 20 years, it's gonna be fascinating to see a documentary of these two individuals and seeing just how
This
history looks
in
at it
20
right now.
years, oh my god, it's gonna be
like-
crazy.
Yeah.
Like what the hell went on with it? And like again, like I keep iterating, she and he have a right to believe this. But man, oh man, know this: you left a scar on whatever potential you have. Because I remember, I always look forward to these panels or these events where like generations of people who played a character come back and unite.
Right.
And almost
Yeah.
toast to them. And I think about this, and I'm like,
He was we had at least one Superman for every decade. He was that 90s Superman. So
Yeah.
Was Dean Cain at that event where they got
He
like
was.
all the various Supermen together? Was he present at that? Because I know Cavill wasn't, but
he was on the tail end of the picture, like he's like on the far.
Yeah.
He's
I
on the
saw-
far right of the photo. He's on the alt right of the photo, actually. So
I've
That's
seen
kinda
many
funny.
people
Hilarious.
like slur him out, just being
Yeah.
like, "Look
Yeah.
at all the great Superman." Oh yeah, and he's there too.
replace him with a picture of Cavill kneeling down in front of him. It's like
Because
funny.
what you had Tyler, Brandon, George, and Tim. Is that it?
and Tom wasn't he there or no?
And I think Tom was there.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think it was just 4 of them, right? It was Tom, Brandon, Tyler, and Dean, right? Wasn't it those 4?
No, George was there.
Yeah,
George
I could have sworn he was
Okay.
there.
Okay, there's 5 then. All right.
Yeah.
But again, I think about this: who someone who wants to be in the industry and wants to play a character like these days, and I look back and I'm like, I might, if I get bad luck on my side, I might be associated with someone like this dude.
True.
And I'm gonna have to be very cordial, and
Yeah.
I give props to all those guys on the stage and people associated.
Right.
With this. I'm like, you have to write a fine line to like be respectful, but also be like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Like this industry is not short. Like it is not foreign to people having to take risks to make it.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean you sacrifice who you are for a quick buck and publicity.
Right.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate to anybody watching this, either now or in the future, he has a right to believe this. In my opinion, this doesn't represent the best of us.
No.
These ideas, his approach, what he's become, this doesn't, and people can change in time, but this doesn't represent the best of us. And
Yeah.
that's what breaks my heart for Siegel and Schuster.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that you look back and the way it looks now about the whole like political side of this, like the ICE stuff that he's getting involved with, the straw man argument that I hear from people all the time when I make comments about this is that I'm okay with criminals committing crimes. And I'm like, no, that's literally not what I said. I think that ICE does things that are bad, that are unnecessary in terms of like how they're conducting themselves. They're going over the top. They want viral clips. They want videos of themselves on TikTok. They're doing all of this for that reason, because we have been able to do this over the years without going into courtrooms and arresting people there, arresting them out of airplanes, pulling them out of their cars, breaking into people's houses. These are just unnecessary things. That's why I think Dean Cain getting involved now is weird as fuck, bro. If you believed in this before, where were you at years ago when there was organizations doing this already? ICE existed before now.
Yeah.
So many people in the world act like doing those things is fine and that it's just an everyday act. It's like, no, it's not.
No.
And also to throw the ball down the court for anybody involved in the X-Men live action. Please take note and like don't be afraid. I'm not saying I need to see an allegory of this every 5 minutes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't be shy away from this because the comics have done so much heavy lifting for y'all that it's right there. Jake will know where I'm going with this. God loves, man kills. It's literally right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the X-Men in and of themselves are an allegory.
And another thing is allegories don't require intent. I keep telling people this all the time. An allegory can exist without the intention being there. For example, if I see a show and there's a story in the show that relates to something that I experience in my real life, the show doesn't necessarily have to know that that's what I experience in my real life for me to see as an allegory. The intent is not necessary. So people always want to go, well, the intention of that character, what? No, fuck intent. Intent doesn't matter. Like zeitgeist changes, culture changes. So those stories change as culture changes. That's how that happens. That's why you see parallels in stories. You can look back at stories from years ago and go, fuck, that resonates with me so much now, more so than it did when I watched it back then. Or you might see something now that you go, this is fucking awful. And then 10 years from now, you're going to be like, that movie was fucking brilliant. They got it right. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way it works.
Hell, even if it was intent, you can have that stuff there as an underlying tone that you either pick up, lightly, and then it connects with you on a deeper level, or you pick it up after repeat viewings. On the other end of the spectrum, you have people that feel the need to hit you in the face with their allegories and say, hey, look what we're doing. Look what we're doing. It's like,
thanks, Dalton. I appreciate
that
you.
stuff is a lot better received when it's not ham-fisted. Thank you, Dalton.
Yeah.
I'm currently going through a show from the 90s right now, and I'm rewatching it. It's a kid show from the 90s, and like it's a show that is sometimes kind of preachy for its time of being like, you should do this or you need to do this, and I'm sitting here most of these episodes. I mean, like, we didn't listen. If we could have just listened to these messages like 20, 30 years ago, we wouldn't be in this mess, but we ignored them. Something happened, something in translation. We forgot all of these lessons that Barney taught us and Power Rangers taught us and Little Bear taught us. It's like, come on, guys.
I'll go even more retro. I watch it now as almost like self-therapeutic now. I'm like, I look back at the Twilight Zone. It's literally like right there. I'm like, there's episodes of like, we shouldn't tear down, I don't know, Auschwitz. You know why? Because it's a symbol of like the worst we got and we shouldn't repeat these mistakes. But now, lo and behold, I mean, I think you brought it up, Jake, or somebody else brought up Dark Knight Returns. And I look at it, I'm like, that was in the 80s.
They were even all doing all this shit. This is a bit of a pull. I don't know how many people will know this show, but they were even doing that with like Bionic 6 in the early 80s.
Oh, I love Bionic 6. That's one of my favorite underrated cartoons. The animation and the stories, fucking fantastic. And great theme song too. Sorry.
it's like them as a collaborative force, as a family, as a found group.
Yeah.
If there is not that internal love and trust there between each other, then they are going to do more damage to themselves than any other outside force could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you want to know what happened?
What happened?
I fell on my chair, and the whole thing, like my whole setup. Just
wait. Are you okay?
I'm a little in pain because I'm 32, and
no. I mean, like, are you okay in the sense like you're not drunk or anything like that?
No. I basically leaned back far enough to where my legs of the chair like broke, like because it's plastic, and I fell onto a stack of storage bins and hit the windowsill, and everything that I had on the table fell with me. So
you need to go to the doctor.
Yeah, are you okay?
No, I'm good. Just a little in pain,
Okay,
a little shock.
Right. Well, if you hit your head, you got to be careful because you can get a concussion, and that would be bad.
It was the head hang was on plastic, so I'm a little okay on that one. It wasn't like a full-on windowsill, but
okay.
Well, I mean, like as he's over there falling, I can just imagine this playing.
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
You didn't hear it, did you? It was probably screaming "Save me" or something.
I actually did
the Smallville theme song. Okay, got it.
I actually did the comedic yell that people do when they fall off a building.
Yell.
The Wilhelm screen?
Yeah. All right, we got some super chats here. From Anonymous 199 super chat.
Oh
This
my-
is the first one in the debunks chat. Thank you so much, Anonymous. We are 1 out of 5 over there. So all we need is 5 more of any tier to reach the goal. Did you see Joey Swole came back? Also, rip tariffs. 2 separate things here. Joey Swole is that fitness guy that I told you guys about that like goes into the gyms and shames people that are doing dumb shit, and then also defended Hulk Hogan. And when people called him out, he said he was going to quit making videos. But then that lasted like 3 days, and now he's back again. So there's that. As far as tariffs go, I mean, it changes every day. I mean, I don't even know anymore. Like, that's one of the issues with it is that you never know what it's going to be because one day it's 15%, one day it's 10, one day it's 0, then it's back to 50. You never know. So you just have to buy shit when you see it as cheap as fuck. But thank you for the super chat.
Yep.
Lone Wolf with the $2 super chat said, I'm so late. Okay, welcome though. Weren't you here earlier? I feel like you were here earlier.
I think they sent that a while ago. That
Oh,
was sent,
okay.
like, 30 minutes ago.
Okay. I'm so late, but did you like Breaking Bad? I'm on season 3. I think Breaking Bad is one of the
Yeah,
greatest TV
yeah.
shows of all time.
One of my
Like
favorite shows.
straight up, just straight
Yeah.
up.
One of
And
the
that's the
perfect
thing, like
TV shows.
even its weakest season, which for me is probably 4, is still a fantastic season.
Yeah. Steigervor swinging in with a 199 super chat says, my 90s Superman will always be Tim Daly. There we go.
George Newbern is in Justice League, right?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
That's right. We have others 90s Supermans. Fuck Dean Cain. We got other ones we can call on. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got. I mean, we got Tim Daly. We got. Fuck, who else? I'm trying to think. I'm legitimately trying to think.
I love that. Fuck, who else?
No, because George Newbern didn't start till the 2000s.
I know.
Jake Hung says 911 question mark for 3
Wasn't Ben Affleck like he wasn't Daredevil, but like didn't he like dress up for Daredevil?
He
in, like,
played
some movie?
George
It was in
Reeves.
Hollywood land.
Yeah, he played George Reeves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. When did that
South
come out?
Texas Shark with a $2 super chat. I hope your ball surgery goes well, Eric. You're bringing that up from like last stream when we were joking about that. There is no ball surgery, but
Okay.
it's funny.
I was
Yeah.
concerned. I was like, did something happen?
No. It was a joke that was made. I can't remember who. I think it was Jake that made it. Wasn't it Jake?
Oh, gotcha.
It was
Someone
not
else.
me.
Someone else made it. Was it 3Dub? It was
No.
somebody. Someone else made the joke because I remember the joke.
I
happening.
think it was Lance. Lance did.
Oh,
That makes
that
sense.
sounds
That
like a
makes
Lance
Yeah,
joke.
that was Lance.
That
He
sounds like a
probably-
Lance
Lantern
joke.
Omega.
Okay.
sounds
He
right.
probably
Alright.
let his intrusive thoughts win.
Yeah. Sometimes
Wait, no,
Lance
that now
doesn't
remember,
think
it was
before he
Omega.
speaks or types. One or the other.
No.
By the way, shout out to Platonic on Apple TV. I don't know if you guys have watched it or not. It's Seth Rogen show.
Oh, with Rose Byrne.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. It's on the list.
The first season is great. They just started the second season, and I honestly didn't think it was going to get a second season because it kind of wraps up. It does exactly what we wanted to do. It wraps up the story at the end of the first season. So if it didn't get a second season, you feel like you got a good conclusion there.
I've always been
Just
a fan
shout
of
out for
hers.
that one.
Like, and especially as Moira McTaggart. Although I wish she had a little bit of accent. It would have been more fitting for the character.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
Right.
It's like, where's that accent, man?
But she's great. She's a great actress.
like she didn't have an accent, and Sean Cassidy.
Banshee.
Yeah, he didn't have one either.
And
And
I'm like,
also,
it looks like Banshee.
But it's weird to think that those two are married in other media, and you look at them in First Class, it's like, no.
I actually think that one thing Marvel's going to do is they're going to be as comic booky as possible with their X-Men casting. So
I hope.
I suspect
I
we're
hope.
going to see a lot of like legitimate stuff. Because look, the way Chris Claremont wrote stuff with characters was he wrote it with the accent in mind as he was writing it. So you got that a
Yeah.
lot. Rogue is a prime example of like Suga and all the other little like New Orleans sounding like comments and stuff like that.
Gambit
That's-
is another one.
Yeah, Mon Cher and
Nightcrawler,
stuff.
Colossus.
Nightcrawler
like-
too. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, cool.
So I do have a feeling if they really want to win people over, just give us a little bit of that, and I think most people will be like, yeah, this is the shit
Yeah.
for sure.
And that shouldn't be hard to do. Like if the animation can do that stuff so well and so seamlessly, it's like for live action, it's like, come on, guys, get your shit together.
And I know all of us, a lot of us. I know me from my squad is the animated series squad. That's always my squad. And like I look at it now, but I'm like, don't be afraid to like start off with a lot of those characters not being there yet. Like,
Right.
make us earn when Rogue gets there. Make us earn when Jubilee gets there. Make us earn when Gambit gets there, because give some time to shine to Kitty Pryde, to give some time to Colossus.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's dangerous times with this stuff, but there's so much you can say with Colossus and yet keep his humanity.
Storm.
Even it's
Give
Storm.
Storm some time.
You especially want to earn the Rogue stuff because she starts out like not on the X-Men. She like has her turn with the Brotherhood. You want to
It
make
says
that
so
earn.
much about her turning. Yeah.
And they could actually do the real Rogue story with Captain Marvel. They could do that story because we have Captain Marvel, which means they can literally do the thing that they couldn't do in the X-Men film.
Yeah, I've been saying I think we're going to get that.
Also, there's something unique about them now being able to be like this generations of like, okay, when Kitty Pryde was no longer there was Jubilee. When Jubilee was no longer there's the kids from the Uncanny X-Men run right now. There's so much you can do with them. And again, Iceman, like again, and you know me, you know how much I love Logan. Just wait on that. Like hold it.
Yeah, First Class proved that an X-Men film can carry itself without Wolverine.
Yeah. We got a couple super chats here, and then we're going to get into our gaming list if anybody has their list ready.
Yep, got mine ready.
We will see how it goes. We got about 25 minutes left in the stream before I'm going to start wrapping up. So if we get through this, we'll do another one, but I have a feeling we're going to probably take the whole 25 minutes on this one. So it's fine. I love fucking talking about video games, so I'm totally good with this. You know what? It's crazy because I am such a gamer, but I don't have any gaming videos or streams or anything. And I was playing games right before we went live. Like I
have a box over there that's like full of Super Nintendo cartridges.
Anonymous here with another 199 super chat. Any updates on Defunct? Also, Jake, why no like season 4 Breaking Bad? You want to answer that first?
So I do like it. I just like the other seasons more. I said even the weakest season is still a fantastic season. Has one of the best moments of the show, the I'm the Danger sequence. It's like that's arguably the best single moment.
Arrow season 4?
No, I just favorite.
Also want to give a shout out quickly. We hit some big numbers tonight between two channels. We had like 180 people watching. So I want to thank everybody for coming through and watching the stream. I do appreciate it. It keeps growing every week, and it's because we have such a great panel of guests and probably the best chat in all the streams. No offense to you guys, chat. I'm sure we have crossover people. So you have some of the same people in your chat that we have here.
Ronan, I love the Led Zeppelin shirt.
Thank you.
Any updates on Defunct? So I guess it doesn't really matter, but someone reached out to me. I made a video about this on my Debunked channel or whatever. Someone reached out to me. I'm not going to say who they are because I don't know if they want me to make that information public, but someone reached out to me and told me that Defunct had passed away. Yeah, I talked about it in a short on like a couple weeks ago or whatever. I didn't really know how to bring it up during a stream, but since you asked about it, I thought I would mention it. Again, I only know what this person told me, and without giving their identity away, I don't know if I can. There's no way for me to confirm it because I've reached out to Defunct in every way I possibly could, from DMs on Twitter to Instagram to Facebook to emails to every place I can to reach out to them. And the one weird thing that happened that I kind of gave it away was Defunct was a channel member on both of my channels, and the payment dropped off last month, which means that the card has probably been canceled or whatever. So I think that might be the real information, is that Defunct passed away. Now, the last time we spoke to Defunct was like 4 months ago, and she had brain surgery.
Yeah, she had some medical stuff going on.
And she was in the chat and was recovering after her surgery.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I'm just here hanging out while I'm recovering. And she was having a good time. And then she didn't come back for a couple of weeks. And I'm like, I haven't seen Defunct in a while. And so I started to reach out to her after that as much as I could, because somebody's been watching my videos for years.
Yeah.
Massive supporter, great mod, great person.
Yeah.
And I have nothing to say but good things about Defunct. And so, yeah, when I heard about that, I was like, that's awful. I don't, I would love to be wrong and she would show up and be like, no, they were incorrect. I'm actually here, whatever. But it's been like 6 months now and nothing. And sub payment dropping off, it
No.
just feels like it's probably real. So
No, I've had nothing but pleasant exchanges with her. Like, if it was in my Discord or in my channel or on here, I always had fantastic conversations with them. So rest in peace, and my best wishes to their family as well. Yeah.
I mean, the brain surgery thing, I told you, like that hits home with me on a level. I know what that can do to you.
Anonymous, I don't, if there was, it's probably long over with now. This was like back in March, so I don't think there's anything going on right now, but appreciate the sentiment. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody remembers this name, but for some reason my mind just went back to an old content creator during like the Arrowverse heydays. If anybody remembers creator by the name of Dio, makes me think of them. I don't know if anybody knows that name, but they were a reaction channel, but then like a number of their reactions got copyright claimed and taken down. Some of their old stuff is still up, I think, but I just had a flashback to those days.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
This was one of the ones that hit me the hardest because Defunct has been around for years and always been very supportive of everything since the Arrowverse days. And and I wasn't even friends with her on Facebook because I don't really use Facebook like that, but I sought out her Facebook to try and reach out to her just because I was so concerned. And I sent the message and it just set unread for a long time. And then it showed up as read, and then within like a couple of days I got an email from someone. So I'm assuming a family member must have access to the account and like read the message, and instead of responding on that, which would have been really weird, they emailed me. So anyway, hopefully I'm wrong, but I'm accepting that it's actually happened because it just seems like that's the logical thing that's gone. Anyway, RIP to Defunct. You were amazing. And wow. Yeah. But let's switch gears here. I don't want to bring everybody down with that, but I do appreciate the chat being kind about it too, because Defunct was always in the chat having fun with everyone. So Lone Wolf with the $2 super chat says season 4 weakest. I'm told it's the best due to Gus.
And I love Gus Fringe. I think Giancarlo does great with that character. It's just, again, I don't dislike season 4. I just like the other 4 seasons more.
I agree, Jake.
Kayla here with the $4.99 super chat. Do you think they will recast every X-Men? Yes, I think every X-Men character will be recast, including Logan. Or do you think
Gambit?
That's going to be the hard one, though. Logan, that's going to be hard.
Yeah, I believe so. Do you think they'll keep certain actors like Stuart McKellen? I think everybody's out. No. I think what's going to happen is, so let me tell you guys and we can talk briefly here. But go ahead.
I just thought of something. That whole, that joke where Deadpool's like, they're going to have you doing this till you're 90. That's literally what's happening with Stuart and McKellen. That's literally what's happening with Stuart and McKellen. I
actually think there is an argument that you could make that they would stick around as like Elseworld refugees. You know what I mean? You could do that. But I actually think, as much as I love these guys, right? As much as I love all these actors, Marvel needs to not do what DC did and just cut the umbilical cord completely and birth out new X-Men. That's what I think needs to happen.
Right.
You
need to pass the torch, because it'll just be like, that's one of the reasons why people have really, just use this as a point of reference, a lot of people have really got turned off by WWE over the years, because instead of bringing in, new stars,
it's just the same people come back when they're 90, 32 years old,
bringing back the same people.
Even though they're bringing even though they're trying to get away with bringing what's the word I'm looking for?
Are you okay? Did you hit your head too hard?
I think so. My head rattled.
All right.
Trying to think of even though they're trying to sway from doing something new, it's still on the new aspect of recasting new characters, because we have so much love for Hugh Jackman, Stewart, and McKellen.
Yeah, I think Hugh Jackman's going to be a tough one, because I'll be honest, I was not the biggest Hugh Jackman fan until Deadpool and Wolverine, and then I'm like, okay, I get it now. I get it. I finally, and then I went back and appreciated a lot of the work he did previously more because I really enjoyed him in that movie. It's going to be hard to pull Hugh Jackman away from people, to be honest.
I do agree with what Harrison said down there, though. If you were going to keep any of them, I think you could keep Daphne.
Yes, Daphne's a good one to keep. Yeah.
There's only two I could possibly think outside of Deadpool, which is like a no-brainer. Obviously, he's staying.
Yeah.
Daphne is one of them. I think Daphne can kind of sit in her own little pocket of the MCU and leave the rest of the X-Men alone. The only other one I could maybe see, and I don't think they'll do this because it seems like we're going a lot younger with all these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Peters would kind of make sense, right? Because he is already kind of incorporated in the MCU. Like, Wanda recognizes him as her brother. Yeah. So I could see that transition happening. But if we're having, like, I don't know, 16-year-old Scott, and like 16-year-old Jean, and 15-year-old Nightcrawler, it'd be weird if it's like a 45-year-old Evan Peters. And
I thought the only one. I thought the one you were going to say was Gambit.
No, I think he's gone too.
What about McAvoy and Fassbender?
No.
See, what I said with those guys, what they should have done instead of having those guys play the younger versions, which they were good in most of the movies, but I almost wish those movies with the younger cast wouldn't have happened, so you could have that cast as your X-Men now.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, like, we already know we're doing younger. They are doing new characters. So again, you can't have like, I mean, I guess you technically could, but it'd be weird if you have like almost 50-year-old Gambit next to like 50 or like 50-year-old Rogue and like 16-year-old Scott. Like you can't mix and match so much. You know what I mean? But except for your Wolverine and your Xavier and your Magneto and maybe a couple here and there that you want to make like a teacher or something. But like for the most part, I don't know.
I did forget Jose. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot. I had the clip in a tab and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. So John Bernthal did a speech on the set of Punisher. And when I tell you it gave me chills, I'm like, I am so ready. I am so fucking ready for this next era of what Marvel's doing. Let's
rock.
Yeah, let's watch this. Well, actually, people say give him a movie. I'm like, no. Like, let's do the special. Let's not overuse him right away. Like, let's take our time with this one. He's going to be in a movie anyway because he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Give him his special and make people understand why this guy needs to come back and be a part of the MCU. Because
he's already in another Daredevil season, so
yeah, 100%. So let's watch this clip. We're going to watch it straight through. But when I tell you, I was like, holy shit, this dude gets it.
I haven't seen this yet. I'm excited.
Yeah, he gets it. It's so good. He gets it.
I really believe with heart and belief and teamwork and love, the impossible really is possible. And this motherfucker was impossible, but we really fucking did it. We really fucking did it. And this street right here has been magic to us. Because of this man right here, and because this person right here, and this person right here, and this motherfucker
oh my
right
god!
Here, and that motherfucker right here, and you. Like everybody gave their all here.
That's a real G there.
All right, gang, you have to wrap.
All right, that's it. Yeah. Anyway,
man, I don't care how many F-bombs he just dropped right there. That's a class act.
No, like that's. So let me tell you why I said he gets it. This is the kind of energy you want on your set when you're acting with people. You want someone that knows it is a team effort to make every single thing work. And it makes me feel so good to see an actor point at everybody that has tried to make this project the best it is and go, it's because of you, it's because of you, it's because of you, it's because of you.
Yeah.
It is a team effort. Keep this man in the MCU for the next fucking as long as you possibly can, because this is the kind of energy we need on set.
Because if you have raised morale for all these people you're working with, it shows in the projects.
No, I think sometimes in this industry, it's very apparent that people are just in it to do it. It's like, yeah, it's Marvel. I'm a part of this thing, but I want to be doing other stuff. John Bernthal loves Punisher so freaking much. That is a part of himself. He cares about it. Maybe sometimes even too much, because we've had some comments in the past.
Yeah,
there's been some things that made me very worried about this presentation, but I know 100% if it's good or bad, John Bernthal is bringing his 100 and billion% into this project. He's going to make it the best of what he thinks it will be. Maybe that's not good. I don't know. We'll see.
I know this made 3Dub happy because 3Dub loves this character. He's ready for this special and for Spider-Man, I'm sure.
Yeah. I heard someone, and obviously they wouldn't do it, but like I do think it's very interesting. Like one of those like big like leaker accounts where like they should just put this in theaters, and I kind of do agree. I would.
They did it with Earth by Night, man. They did. Yeah. They did the black and white version, and then later on during Halloween, they did the color version.
Yeah, do a limited theater release for this, and just put it out. Yeah,
I would buy like 4 tickets if they put this presentation in a Dolby Digital cinema.
I think it'd do well. I think Punisher has an audience, man. Like even people who don't know Punisher love Punisher just because, and again, that's not always a good thing. It really, really is not. But it does have an audience to it.
Yeah.
And especially with Spider-Man coming out, like I heard them say, like, put it out after Spider-Man comes out. Like have Spider-Man come out first, then put this out. It would probably do really, really well.
Well, I'm going to say this. I think there is an argument that could be made that you could take a Punisher, and I'm not saying one for one. Just hear me out on this one. You could take a Punisher movie and create a John Wick-esque franchise out of it for people that like that hyper violent, stylized type stuff. Make it gritty, make it street, like really amp it up a lot, and just showcase what Punisher is and put it in theaters. I think and you could do it for a small budget. You could make a Punisher movie for like $70 million, maybe even cheaper than that. Put it out in theaters and just make bank out of it, bank after bank after bank out of it.
Especially after what he went through in Born Again.
Yeah.
And the stuff that I was so happy and proud that they tackled with him, I was like, oh, go, run with it. Oh.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that he also took the reins on this because he wanted it to be done right, which I think is really important as well.
Yeah. No, I think I don't think this is it for Punisher in the MCU. Like, again, we're getting him 3 times next year, I assume, with Punisher, the Daredevil special, and Spider-Man. No one else is getting that. I mean, I'd argue no one has got that treatment in the MCU ever. I'm trying to think, is there another actor that has ever appeared in 3 separate projects inside the same exact year? I don't know if that's ever happened before.
John Bernthal, even though he said I think he made some questionable statements about the Marines or something earlier this year or whatever. But the thing about it is everything I've met him at conventions before back during Walking Dead days. So he's always been so he's been a nice guy every time I met him. And he's very much like, I love everybody. Like he doesn't try to make anybody feel bad. He's very open about everything. So and I've seen the picture you're talking about. I don't think he would put up with any kind of hate towards anyone. You can see he loves everybody on the set with him. He's just a guy that loves people, and I think that's so it's infectious in a way. You know what I mean?
Very blue collar, which I respect a lot. I'll take that over, I hate saying like that, but over an extremist or whatnot. I'll take the blue collar guy. I met him, and when I met him, he had this big jukebox thing playing music, and not sitting in the chair table behind him. He's just sitting up, standing. He's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And just
Darren, you brought up 3 having appeared in the same year. I mean, technically Fury did.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's phenomenal.
Fury, Coulson, or probably maybe Maria Hill would be the only ones that.
I like the $10 super chat, but now I'm locked into Happy fucking Gilmore. I have to watch that tonight now when I'm playing games. About to go to bed. Naruto's the G though, because I'll talk about it on Monday. But about to go to bed. My top 5 video game franchises are Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Arkham, Ratchet and Clank, and Zelda. There we go. Get some sleep, Naruto. You can watch us talk about those in the morning. We always get sidetracked here, but it's fine. It's what it is. That's how we go. Anyway, shout out to John Bernthal, man, a real dude, just a real dude.
Yeah.
$5 super chat from Cameron here. Eric, do you think the Arrowverse shouldn't have done Crisis on Infinite Earths? And there's Denzel Washington new movie trailer a couple days ago. We're not going to watch another trailer because we're running really tight on time, but I'll watch it on Monday. So just remind me about it. Why are you laughing? Have you seen it there?
No,
trailer?
I just thought they were saying, should Denzel Washington have been in Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I love Denzel.
That would have taken their entire budget.
But here we go. It says the Arrowverse shouldn't. No, I don't have. Look, there's only a few storylines in the Arrowverse that I think probably shouldn't have been done. But I think honestly, I don't know what James's Vision is, but I think their Crisis on Infinite Earth was actually well done in context of the Arrowverse.
I mean, Crisis was kind of perfect for that because, I mean, like, what were the two biggest deaths of that story? Flash and Supergirl, and
Right.
what were two of your Arrowverse Trinity members, Flash and Supergirl, and they flipped it on its head by having Green Arrow be the casualty of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And Flash and Supergirl were meant to carry the universe forward a lot further than they did outside of their own shows, but
Yeah.
COVID took all those plans and fucked them in the ass.
Oh, don't get me started on season 5, Dante. Please don't get me started on season 5.
I'll say season 5 was better than any Eric Wallace season.
Look, I'm not going to argue against that part of it, but there's still a lot of issues with season 5. I feel like
I'm not disagreeing there.
I'm very pedantic about season 5. But I think if we're talking about fucked up stuff in the Arrowverse, there's two storylines that I would say they fucked up on: Flashpoint, and does anybody know what the other one is? It's towards the end of the series.
Wait.
Of
Towards the end of-
Flash.
Red Death.
Red Death. That was the other
Yeah.
one. Those were two of the worst
Well,
things they ever did for me.
I mean,
So-
they were never going to do a tried and true Red Death because of what that story entails.
Yeah.
But also, I'll say this too: they heavily dropped the ball on the whole stuff with the longbow hunters and Arrow.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
horrible.
See,
And like, I love Mike Grell's Long Hunters book. I have the whole thing in graphics form.
That was one of Paige's biggest things. Paige's favorite superhero is Green Arrow. So when that storyline happened, he was so annoyed with it.
yeah.
I mean, I was happy we at least got the prison stuff because it's a nod to that canceled movie.
That's one of the best fucking things Arrow ever did with
Yeah,
the prison stuff.
I think so too,
Yeah.
and that's one of the reasons why that season is so frustrating for me, because that first third is fucking amazing, and then after that, it really struggled to keep its quality.
Let's chill on this because there's a possibility we can talk about the
That's
worst
a whole
Arrowverse episode. So
episode,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's we got a James Marsden thing I want to read quickly because Lone Wolf super chatted for this. $2 super chat. Thoughts on James Marsden's talking Cyclops Doomsday? Very quickly here. He goes, I was excited because you're a part of something gigantic, and I've spent 20 years listening to people say, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? When are you coming back? I'm dead. Well, maybe not. I'm going to have a tough time struggling to get into the costume. They've waited a couple more years. So it's been a blast. It really has. It's been a nice little homecoming to a role that really put me on the map. It was the first real event project that I was ever a part of, and a very beloved character, this icon from the comics. So to step back into the role was pretty special. I have to say they did him dirty in the movie, so I'm glad to see him
So
coming back
dirty.
and having a chance to like
So
show himself
dirty.
off. Because I think he was a good Cyclops. They just never really got to develop him because they
Great cast.
killed him off of all characters to kill off
Even
fucking
before they
Cyclops.
killed him
Like,
off.
Didn't they bring him back too in Days of Future Past?
Yeah, and he had one line of dialogue, but no, like
Oh,
Bryan Singer
wow.
just went, Cyclops, does he even matter? I mean, really? Like,
Yeah.
he did not feel like the leader of the X-Men at all in those movies. And it's so funny because, Cyclops as a character kind of got the shit end of the stick for years.
Yeah.
Then X-Men 97 comes out and says, hey,
That
this is how you do
first fucking
Cyclops.
episode with Cyclops and X-Men 97 made so many people shut their fucking mouth. The way that they made him use his powers and the way he slid around and shit,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like,
Yeah, he was the leader of the
Me.
X-Men.
yeah.
To
But
me,
that's
my
the
X-Men.
energy we need in the MCU. Like when whoever they pick
Yes.
needs to be doing tricks with their fucking optic
That-
glass. Like that's the
Yeah.
shit I want to see.
Make Cyclops. This is how influential of a character he can be. He needs to be like, how you had your Infinity Saga and Cap and Iron Man were your heavy hitters there.
Yeah,
Cyclops needs to be your lead for the Mutant Saga if that's where they're going.
I agree.
Like him and Xavier, like they need to be your heavy players.
Yeah.
South Texas Shark, I see your super chat. We'll talk about that in a moment. I do want to get through our video game list though, and then because yours we could talk about at the end. So we're gonna do that there. All right, so we're not gonna do the rolling thing because I've been drinking a little bit and I know that I fucked it up last time. So we're just going to pick a random direction. So what we're gonna do is, since Ronan is here, and he's excited about games, why don't we start with Ronan and then go clockwise? So Ronan, 3Dub, me, Darren, and then leave Jake for last because why the fuck not? Just kidding. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna have different answers anyway. So at least I think we will.
Yeah, save me for last. I'll name the good ones.
How many are we doing? 3 or 5?
Wait, hold on. We'll do consensus. Who wants to do 5 and who wants to do 3?
5. I have 5.
Oh,
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, so we got 2 for 5. Darren wants to do 3.
I'll find something.
Well, you have 3 people to get through before it gets to you, so I think you can find something. So, all right. So these are games. They can be one-off games, like games that are just one-off games, or entire franchises of games, whichever one you choose to point out. Because some people just love an entire type of game; they don't care if it's like one particular game or not.
I came up with this list too, and you still threw me at the bottom. Kidding.
You know, that's what you get. Anyway,
yeah, that's what I get for helping your ass out.
All right, Roden, you're up first. Is this any particular order? Mine's not going to be in any particular order.
Eric, you know what?
What?
If you feel really bad about it, I don't know, send me an X-Men toy in the mail or something.
Okay. All right. I'll get right on that.
The first one is my favorite franchise of all time or game, but the rest, it can go either way if I rank it.
And
the boys know which one it's going to be.
Yep, I know this.
What is it?
My favorite video game franchise or video game of all time is The Last of Us.
Golf Simulator.
Yeah, I adore that first. I adore the whole franchise, but specifically that first game, the PlayStation 4 remastered edition. It is just cinema. It's seminal. It is so good. It's in my opinion, it's so replayable. And there's many ways you can go about it. You can go stealth. You can go guns blazing. It's post-apocalyptic. It's just 2 characters you hang out with, and you care about them so much. Dante, that's all cool, man. But I just adore it. The music is to die for. Gustavo Santaolall's music is just. People call me crazy, but what Gustavo did for the music for The Last of Us is what John Williams did for Star Wars, in my opinion. So I adore the franchise. The next ones on my list are.
Are we doing one at a time, or
are we doing? How are we doing?
Are we round robin or what?
What would you guys rather do? I thought we were just going to do it like we did last time. Do you want to round robin it?
Up to you. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so all right, because Jake doesn't want to have all his picked first. I think that's what it is because he's last on the list.
I think that's funner for sure.
You got me.
Okay, so 3Dub, what is your first choice, and is this any particular order or no?
Yes, it's in from best to least favorite.
Okay.
Well, I like them all, but I like one above the other. My first one is a long-running franchise. I very like combat, so this one's going to be Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, just the franchise.
The franchise, because I like them all.
Yeah, Call of Duty hasn't changed a ton over the years in terms of the way it works.
No combat at all. Sure.
I like the multiplayer aspect and the campaign storyline.
Okay. All right, so we're going to jump into, because I like a lot of different games. Like in terms of like I don't play a lot of like Call of Duty is not my genre at all. First person shooters is not my thing. So I don't have like anything like that. I'm a lot classic dude. I'm old as fuck, so I like a lot of older shit. So we're gonna start out with something that has been around for a long time. The most recent edition of it is one of my favorite games, but I've played all the games in the franchise, which is Baldur's Gate 3. I played all the Baldur's Gate games. But 3 is like chef's kiss, like perfection. I love that game. I mean, yeah, there's issues here and there with it, but overall, I think it's probably one of the best D&D simulators that's ever been created in video game style. So yeah, see you later, Reed. Have a good night. So yeah, Baldur's Gate franchise for me, specifically Baldur's Gate 3. All right, Darren, what is your first choice?
Oh shit. Okay, I think we're gonna see that my types of games are much different than most people's types of games.
That's what's so fun about this, honestly.
That's what I love about gaming. There's so much you can go with.
But I'm going for the one that I know will get stolen eventually, and this is a franchise I've almost never. Like, I very rarely play games or finish games, and I finished all 3 of these. I know you're gonna have it, Jake. I most likely have it. The Spider-Man, the Insomniac Spider-Man. Trilogy of games. I
do not have it.
Again, I'm a bad gamer. I am bad at finishing games. I love starting them. I love like, oh, this is great, and I get trapped on the stupidest shit, and I never finish them. I finished all 3 Spider-Man games. My favorite takes on both Peter Parker and Miles Morales, which I feel like we're cheating a little bit because to me it's more like a movie almost than like a game itself. But like I love those characters. I love the feeling I get when I'm swinging across the city. I can just swing for like 2 or 3 hours straight while listening to music, and I'm having a blast. So
that's great.
You just gave me an idea, Darren, because I've been working on these projects. A project involving gameplay and podcasting, and so now I feel like if I do something like that later on, I'm gonna like hit you up and go visit you or whatever, and we just film for like an hour or two playing the PlayStation 2 Spider-Man games, and you're gonna be playing.
I've got all those.
I'm gonna watch you play and be like, let's see how he does.
All right. So it looks like Darren might have taken one of Jake's franchises.
I said 3 times. No, I don't have that on there.
Okay. All right. I thought you were just saying it to be like sarcastic. I didn't realize.
No, I don't have that on there.
Okay. All right. So we come to you, Jake. Now, what is your first choice?
So this is like out of all the ones I've picked. Again, I've gone for more obscure ones. This is probably the most obvious one, but I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way because I think I personally owe a lot to it because it is part of what really helped my channel get to where it is now. And I still plan to continue as much with this series as I can. It's got 4 mainline installments and a bunch of attempts at other installments. Some of them work better than others. And starting in 2009, it's the Batman Arkham franchise.
Oh,
I knew that was on there.
I had to get that one out first. That's what I thought Darren was going to take. I'm glad he didn't. So
I still haven't played them. No.
No, I just think they're absolutely fantastic. They capture the aesthetics of Batman and the surrounding world. I mean, granted, you're pulling a lot of the cast from the animated series, namely Conroy and Hamill. Rest in peace, Conroy. And even in Arkham Origins, when you have Roger Craig Smith and Troy Baker taking on those roles, I think they did a fantastic job as well. I think the gameplay evolved greatly from Asylum to City to Origins to Knight. And speaking on Arkham Knight specifically, that game is a decade old, and it's still one of the best looking games that's ever come out.
True.
I don't know how it looks leaps and bounds better than games that have come out today. I don't understand it. Now, does the game have a little too much focus on the Batmobile? Sure. But a little
too much. I think there's quite a lot of that.
Right. A little too much. But I still love all 4 of those games. I wish we could have gotten more of the we could have gotten more games expanding on the time in between Origins and Asylum, especially since it was later retconned to be a lot longer than 5 years. So yeah, love those series to bits. Like, I'm not joking. Whenever I'm working on a video or something, if I need not even background music, but just just something in the background, I'll boot up one of the Arkham games. I'll go in there and I'll start playing. I'll swing up to a gargoyle, for example, and I'll just have Batman crouched on the gargoyle looking out over the city while I'm working on a video.
That's great.
And it works. So yeah, had to throw those out there. I feel like the rest of mine I'm safe on.
Okay. So that brings us back to Ronan. What is your next choice?
Next choice is from my childhood that still holds up in my opinion, and it's part of the Super Nintendo lineup. I'm gonna go with the Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That second game is still my favorite.
Yeah.
2nd and 3 are my favorite ones, and those soundtracks. Woo, and just I have them. I think I still have my Super Nintendo somewhere with them, but I also have them also in my Game Boy Advance.
Oh no, he's gonna get something.
What's that?
Oh no.
Yeah. All right. Should we wait for him?
Yeah.
All right. While we wait for him, I did have a super chat here from South Texas Shark. His top 3 are Metal Gear, Persona, and GTA.
Good pull. Not bad.
Okay.
And Darth Sin, I haven't played it yet. Again, it's a gaming. I'm trying to lean into it. Yeah.
Oh,
Jake.
look, there he goes. He's got the actual cartridge. Right
Yeah, I have a box full of cartridges in front of me.
Darth, if people want me to go play it and they'll say they'll watch it, I might
Jason says Doom, Doom, and Doom.
How crazy is
I don't know if I want to spend $500 just to play Donkey Kong, though.
How crazy is it that we haven't had like this Bonanza game that just came out? That's our most
time in a while.
Like Tropical Freeze was our last one, and it's 12 years old.
Yeah.
Dalton says hopefully it's not a hood. What the hell?
That's an inside joke.
Oh, okay.
It's a terrible inside joke that Ronan and Darren understand.
Okay. So it means 3-dub. Wait, Ronan, you just went right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's your next choice, 3Dub?
So this one started back in 2005. It's also like getting us some more games installments. It also like did the whole. Oh, whoops, sorry. It also did the.
It sounded like a gong, like a giant gong. Or something.
I hit my arm. I hit my arm on the the mic arm.
It sounded like Tudum for a second.
Yeah, it did.
Finish him.
Ding. So yeah, it started back in 2005 with PlayStation 2. It's a long-running franchise. It has a Marine kind of esque to it, and a lot of sneaking around. If you go out blazing, you're going to die like within seconds. Basically, it's a stealth game.
Okay.
And the name is Sniper Elite.
Oh, I've never played that game.
It's really fun. You get to kill Hitler, and there's a trophy. There's an actual legit trophy to nail him in the balls.
Wow. Okay.
Bangkok.
It was fine.
All right. That brings it to me. I don't know if I can match up to that one. But
I mean, there's a lot. Never mind.
Okay. This is a game that does have like other games connected to it, but I just want to mention the very first one, which is, I mean, I don't know if it's going to resonate with people that are like outside of my generation because it is like a generational game or whatever. But I played it a lot. My brother played it a lot. If he was here, he would tell you he played it so many times and did everything in it. And that's an old game called Chrono Trigger. Does anybody remember that game?
Yes, I love Chrono Trigger, and I love the remake that they made for the DS.
Yeah. Such a fun RPG. A lot of cool elements to it. It did a lot of interesting things that you didn't really see in top-down RPGs back then. So,
that courtroom scene.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it, but yeah.
I want to like any game I mention. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't know if people played it or not. But yeah, so for sure, Chrono Trigger is one. And look, like that genre of games in general were my favorite. But yeah, Chrono Trigger is definitely on my list. Yeah. So what's next with you, Darren?
Oh yeah, I know which one I'll do. Jake knows I'm a big fan of these, and I'm a newer fan, so I haven't played all the old stuff I'd like to dive into.
I know where this is.
Mario Party. I play Mario Party every single week. It's a family tradition of mine. I played all the Switch ones. I played a bunch of the Wii ones. But I've been on the Jamboree. I played Mario Party Jamboree, the newest one, almost every week since October since it's come out. We are nearing almost 100 hours of Mario Party Jamboree. And it might be one of my favorite games of all time.
You played a bunch of the Wii ones that were only 2.
That's fair. And I played one of those, so I completely lied.
It's either 8 or 9 that you played.
I think I have 8, but I've played 8, and then the 3 they've done for the Switch. I love Mario Party.
All right, so that brings us to Jake. What is your next one?
So yeah, like I said, I'm probably safe with the rest of these, I imagine. So, my number 2 that I'll name on here is a fighting game series, and this started all the way back in 1994. One of the most unique fighters that's ever been released, different from a lot of other fighting games out there, and recently had a new installment earlier this year. And that is Tekken.
Oh, I was thinking either Tekken or Mortal Kombat, but then you said this year, and I'm like, wait, what?
You said 94, so I was like, is he gonna go for Killer Instinct?
Oh, that's another good one too.
I love Killer Instinct too, but no, I absolutely love the Tekken franchise. It's got a great cast of characters, whether you're talking about the first game where they only had like around a dozen people. And I think one of the best things that series does is, you have just... Not only is it a big cast of characters, but they are so different, but it all feels like they fit in the same world. And when it comes to a story, Tekken is one of those only franchises where every character speaks their own native language and they all understand each other just fine. You can have a character speaking English, French, Italian, and Japanese all in the same room, and they all understand each other.
Right.
They also understand a bear, and all they do is roar.
Right.
It's so weird. Like, you have bears that know martial arts, you have kangaroos with boxing gloves, you have cybernetic ninjas with swords, you have giant ass mechs with mohawks. You have lucha libre wrestlers in jaguar masks. It's so many weird concepts, but they all gel together so nicely.
So, my brother and I were ranked in this game for years. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he beat you. He's actually fought against, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Justin Wong and beat Justin Wong before.
Nice.
Which is like one of the best MVC2 players of all time. So
I played in a Marvel Capcom tournament at PAX East back in the day. Those were a lot of fun.
My brother's really, really, really good. I can beat him every now and again, but he's really good.
Yeah. I will
also,
say though, when it comes to this, this is something that me and my brother had growing up. Our friend group, we always had those things that like we would brag that we could still do no matter how inebriated we were. His talent for that was playing cornhole. Mine was playing Tekken. It didn't matter how wasted I got; I could still kick people's ass.
I'm not
trying to sound like a dick by saying that, but
I'm pretty sure my brothers beat Maximilian Dude before as well. But yeah, so I remember a fun story about Tekken before we get to Ronan's next thing. I remember when that game came out. So the two games that came out at the best arcade we had at the time that like confused the fuck out of us was Tekken and Virtua Fighter, because we didn't know what the fuck those games were. They came out, or at least at our arcade, they came out around the same time, because we were used to all the 2D fighters. We'd never really thought about fighting games in a 3D space, so it was a difficult thing. Some people gravitated toward Virtua Fighter, obviously Sega people that love that, and then you had the Tekken people. And I remember the first Tekken wasn't extremely popular for us, but Tekken Tag, or the Tag Tekken series, was where that was really a big deal.
Yeah, that's the first one that came onto PS2 and started to get more people known to it.
Yeah. Ronan, we're up on you. I believe this is your third one, so go ahead.
Well, first of all, I love that you guys mentioned Maximilian Dude, because that's a dude who also made a huge impact on me on doing this stuff. And like, I love to meet him one day. He's a fellow Angelino. Apparently, we went to the same video game shop where we live nearby. So it's like kind of cool about that.
I've only met him one time at a gaming thing years ago. He was a really nice guy. I really haven't had any bad interactions. This is why I get so frustrated with the community sometimes on here. I've not really had bad interactions when I meet people in person. Usually everybody's kind of cool. It's just on here people get like keyboard testosterone and that kind of shit. All right, go ahead, Ronan.
Killer Instinct is my favorite fighting game, but I'm not gonna put on the list because the other one is my second favorite fighting game or list of all time, just because the franchise is so rich, and I think they can do a good adaptation for it in television or in a movie. It's just you need the right stars to line up, and that is Street Fighter, specifically Street Fighter 2, and exactly.
I was ready. I knew you were gonna say that.
I love Street Fighter 2 and Third Strike and all them. You know, I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom. I mean, their characters, so much you can do with the characters. Like, talk about how Marvel's doing their specials. There's so much you can do with them. Like, do a Chun-Li special, do a Ryu or Ken special. Like,
special.
Yeah, I just adore that world, those characters, and I'm so happy that the franchise is still just as vibrant as it was when it first started.
There's a resurgence in it, kind of like right now. A lot of 2D games are coming back. I do know Third Strike was fucking bonkers. Like, if you could do Chun-Li's like the low tap into the ult, like that was great. And then the Makotos came out and they'd be like fucking parrying all that shit. Like I used to love seeing that shit. So
also, I agree with Jay Kung. I love the Street Fighter animated movie.
Oh yeah, great stuff. All right, 3Dub, what is your third choice?
So this one, I'm going back to Game Boy.
Okay.
Far back in the 96. It's an RPG, and it's been still going on since it's already on Nintendo Switch. And that is Pokemon.
Oh, that's a good one. It's the biggest one. Like Pokemon
like all of
the
them?
biggest one of the world. So yeah. No. It's like I totally agree with that.
Usual suspect.
You don't even have to really explain it. Like it is. It's the fucking,
You have a favorite one or just all of them?
You got like Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Green.
There, my favorite one is actually not like legit like part of the franchise. I think it's fan made, and that's Pokemon Platinum Light, which I really like because it lets you get all the starter Pokemon.
Is that like is that one of the ones that like you play on the computer that somebody's like?
Yeah, basically it's a ROM. It's basically a ROM.
So it's like it's like one of those fighting games where they just drop every character in it. And you're like you're playing it. You know?
Yeah, basically they give you like all 3 starter Pokemons of all 3 generations, and you can get free Pokemon like finding put in the Pokeball.
I remember,
Basically,
yeah,
it's you also meet like Ash's mentor. Also, Ash Ketchum is in the game. You get to interact with him.
I remember back when Mewtwo was the most powerful Pokemon of all time. That was like, I remember that. That was a long time
I thought
ago.
you were gonna say Pal World.
Oh yeah, like the knockoff one. Yeah, for sure.
But in generation, I do like Emerald.
Yeah. So my next one here wasn't initially my next one, but I'll go ahead and say it because I brought it up on screen, and that is the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is my favorite 2D fighting game of all time. Literally my favorite. Yeah, the jazzy soundtrack to it. I mean, I remember there would be days where we would start playing on a Friday afternoon and we would not stop playing until a Sunday morning, just like nonstop. My brother worked at an arcade, right? So we would go in there and play on like an actual arcade cabinet for hours and hours and hours. We actually talked our bowling alley into getting one so we could hold tournaments there for this game. We traveled the country playing this game. That one and Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3. Those are the games we used to travel for.
Now, Eric, this is the important question. Nice, Ronan.
Yeah.
This is the important question. Who's your team?
I had a couple of different teams. I was more of a dick player in the sense that I wasn't about the combo life. I was about let me lock you down and make you sit where you are. So
you were a Cyclops player, weren't you?
No. I was Spiral Sentinel. Spiral and Sentinel all day. Daggers, call assist. Daggers, call assist. There was only like 2 characters that could really get out of it. That was Storm and Magneto, because Storm could fly up. Magneto could triangle jump, and you could get through the daggers.
War Machine had the upward boost too.
Yeah, I'd lock War Machine down every time. Every time.
I was dangerous with War Machine. With me, it was Jin, War Machine, and Rogue were my mains.
I will say that Iron Man's Infinite was kind of fun when you could pull it off. There was a lot of infinites in that game. But with me, my goal was I would build meter with Spiral, locking you down. I would have Cyclops as an assist with the uppercut, or Sentinel with the rocket punch or whatever. I'd have those as the assist. So that way you were locked down, and then as soon as I had a full meter, I would call out Cable, and I would literally fucking Hyper Viper beam you like till you were dead. And that was my thing. If I couldn't do that, I had a lot of fun playing the Shoto team. So I'd just play all like Street Fighter characters. But the problem is they get wrecked by the Marvel characters.
You want to talk about being a dick player? I did this so many times. I would keep people at a distance with all of Gambit's card attacks.
Oh
Be able to let
there's a glitch where you could make him jump away forever. They had to ban that tournament.
And I got to say this, even though I like 3 better as a game, 2 by far had the best roster.
Oh yeah, 2 was the iconic one, but I think the one I didn't like out of all of them, because I think the first one's okay too, and the X-Men versus Street Fighter is kind of good too, but I hated Infinite.
That was terrible. Like that game was bogged down by brand synergy.
I got it on PS4, like with the free thing or whatever, and I was like playing it, and I'm like, this fucking sucks so bad, so bad.
This was terrible. Like, I mean, not only do you take out all the X-Men because of the Fox BS at the time, you get rid of Akuma because he's guest starring in a Tekken game that same year, and it was just a mess.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. All right, so next up is Darren. What is your next choice?
Yeah, trying to mix up the type of games we're talking about here. There's a lot of fighting games so far. Some classic Sims. I'm a Sims boy. I mostly play a lot of those cozy games, and I think just a history of Sims.
Sims can get you can have actual people fighting in their houses.
Yeah, Sims 3. I grew up on Sims 3. Sims 3 is so much fun. I play Sims 4 now. I even grew up on the spin-off games to My Sims that they would have, where it's a kiddier version of it, but still very fun nonetheless. And patiently waiting for Sims 5. That seems probably never going to happen, but we'll see.
Shout out to Sim City. I used to play the fuck out of Sim City. That was one of my favorite games.
On Super Nintendo, And I will say that the only way you could play that game and have fun with it is if you play with infinite money. If you didn't, it was fucking tedious.
I like playing SimCity with no limits as well, so I could just build whatever I want. I like doing that. But Sims is rough. Like the actual Sims game is rough because domestic fights break out in people's houses, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? That's kind of fun though. Jake,
is a throwback.
Oh yeah, what is your next choice, Jake?
So my number 3 that I have here. This is another Naughty Dog franchise because Ronan brought up Last of Us. This one started all the way back in 2001 and has not gotten nearly as many installments as it deserves. We have not visited the world in a long time.
Oh, okay.
And I'm currently doing a Let's Play of this on my channel right now.
Oh, there we go. It's talk about brand synergy. Okay, go ahead.
I have Jak and Daxter.
Oh,
that is one of my favorite game franchises of all time. In particular, that first game is one of my singular favorite games of all time. It builds out this really unique world where it, looks like, what's the word? Very earthy type place because like you're going around in a lot of jungles and volcanoes and kind of rural type cities, and it adds this kind of futuristic type technology into it. It mixes the two, and it does it so well. Of course, Daxter in the first game is your lively companion that never shuts up, and it's not until you get to the second game where Jak actually starts to talk and you get more from him. And that also has one of the best villains in the series in Praxis. But no, I just love just the gameplay and style of all those games, the world that surrounds them. That's what really gets me invested in games too, like that.
Jak 2 is way too hard.
Yeah, they made Jak 2 hard as shit for no reason because like I played the hell out of Precursor Legacy, which is the first game, and I remember going into Jak 2 after that, and I go, do I just suck at this game? What's going on? But no, they made it hard as hell for no reason at all.
Yeah.
To where, and this is the prime example of that. Whenever you're going around that city, there are all these essentially guards that are on the lookout for you because you're a fugitive. I saw that, but no. If
I was like, what is that?
Like, and you get all the dots that are showing guards on the map, and you can hijack a civilian's hovercraft and like fly around on it. But if you so much as tap one of those guards, like they just send everything they have at you, and it is a run for your life. So those games give me a massive dopamine hit. I just love playing them. We really need another installment because Lost Frontier sucked ass. It was terrible. If they would have just left it alone and had it as a trilogy, I would have been fine with that. But I even enjoyed the combat racing game, and even the Dexter solo game isn't terrible. But man, like I need something to wipe the taste of Lost Frontier out of my mouth.
By the way, before we move on to our last couple choices here, we got like over 130 people still watching between two channels. If you guys are watching the show right now, please leave a like and let YouTube know that we are in the motherfucking algorithm because it really helps the channel a lot. And if you're not chatting in the chat and you just want to say hi, emojis work. You don't have to be social, but if you chat in the chat, you can give a little wave, give a little smile, whatever you want to do, drop the poop emoji, whatever you're feeling. Just let us know you're there because we're enjoying having you guys here with us. Lone Wolf here with the Chalice Super Chat says 1, Devil May Cry, 2, Resident Evil, and 3, Metal Gear Solid.
Good choices.
Good choices. Yeah, good choices. All right, with that being said, we are rolling up on Ronan with his second to last choice here. What you got for us, Ronan?
I got another hit from Super Nintendo.
Okay.
I might have it.
In a franchise that I adore. I'm going to go with Super Metroid. Specifically the Metroid franchise, but Super Metroid is foundational stuff. I mean it is
OG.
very much
OG.
The sci-fi stuff, character who barely talks, very much like Judge Dredd and Mando. It's a female-led franchise, and between Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion, I think Game Boy Advance game. Yeah. You look at those two games, and they are heavily inspired by Alien and John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I fucking love that about them, and they're so
I love the mix-up of Metroid end up being like a woman under the mask, and people just had no fucking idea.
Right. No, and I will say Metroid Prime is also fantastic.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's the one. I don't know if it's Prime or Fusion, the one I was thinking about, but like
Prime
it's
is
so
the one that
good.
had a trilogy on GameCube.
Okay, there's one where like her suit changes to like purple and whatnot, and I was just like,
That's Fusion, I think.
yeah, that's the one I love in Game Boy
This
Advance. and stuff
this
like
is
that.
really tough. I'll be honest with you. When I got down to these last two, and I know we're not on me yet, but I just want to point this out. Picking games that I love, there's so many that could have been in this fucking list, and we're gonna have to revisit this sometime and talk about other types of games, maybe even like just a specific like genre of game, and be like, what is your favorite game in X genre? Because I think this is such a broad subject. I'd love to revisit this at some point.
I will say Other M was terrible, though. I hated it. That was terrible.
You
That one,
didn't have to actually drop the poop emoji.
that one and Federation Force.
Well, you said
were
to.
horrible.
Hey, good night,
I like the
Christian.
original
It's a
one.
pleasure having you here with us. Thank you so much for hanging out. Definitely come and see us. We're not leaving, but Christian is. Just wanted to give him a goodbye there. 3Dub, what is your second to last choice? Make it good.
So this one
'Cause
is
the rest of
up.
it sucked.
Ha. Well, Pokemon doesn't. This one is up in the air. It's basically the closest thing I have to a flight simulator on PlayStation, and that was Ace Combat.
Oh, Ace Combat's good. Yeah, I
my
like that
favorite one was Unsung War.
one. Okay. Talking about simulators, not flight simulators. Has anybody ever tried the trucking simulators before?
Oh, God, yes.
Someone said they actually take the real amount of time it takes to get somewhere on those things. Is that true?
Depending on the one you play, yeah.
Like you could drive from the East Coast to the West Coast and it takes you like a week?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Fucking crazy. I could never do that. Okay, so we're on my second choice here. All right, so I had a tough time between these two because I love both of them so much. But I'm going to go with, for my second choice, is a relatively new franchise. It's only got 2 installments in it, but there's a third one coming. And that is the Horizon series. Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West.
Zero Dawn's fantastic.
Yeah, so both of those games, no lie, not lying about this, they were the reasons why I bought those consoles. So I got a PS4 specifically to play Horizon Zero Dawn, and I was not disappointed in it because that game it's not perfect, but it's got so many cool things in it, right? And obviously Lance Reddick is on that game, and so he's amazing in that.
Peace.
Just a great game. And Forbidden West just upped the ante on that. I really enjoyed it. The maps are expansive. The gameplay is really cool. The customization is really good. They took some things out from the first game to the second game, but overall, I just love that franchise. And for me, it was easy to put on the list because I play it still to this day. Yeah, I love the Horizon franchise. Darren, are you there? Or are you not there?
I am here. I'm back just in the nick of time.
Okay. Well, we're up to your second choice. Are you taking us in another direction or no?
Probably. I guess closer into the direction I was earlier.
Okay.
I'm hopping back into the world of Mario.
All right.
And it could be weird and just say all Mario. I could just pull a 3-up, but no, I'm going to sub-genre.
Pull up 3 though.
I haven't finished a lot of Mario games because, like I said previously, I suck. But I really love the Super Mario Galaxy games back then. I think I finished that first one. I love it. I've never finished the second one, but I also do love that one too.
I think the second one's better personally.
It's really fun. I think it's one of the more inventive Mario games they have out there, just in terms of what they were trying to do and how they changed the formula for the franchise. I think it was a big inspiration for a lot of the current Mario games as well, just trying to be like, okay, how can we change this up? How can we do things differently than the ones previously? So that one's a lot of fun.
Shout out to Mario Kart for me. My favorite Mario is Mario
levels. One of the hardest Mario levels ever, by the way, in Grandmaster Galaxy. Holy shit, that's difficult.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, you are up with your Mario Odyssey is great too. Paper Mario is also really good. Jake, what is your next choice?
Sorry. I was having a technical difficulty back here.
Oh my god.
Whatever you do, don't lean too far because that's how I broke my chair.
Shit. I'm trying to make this cool and show off a visual. My hand's slipping. That sounded weird. I'm sorry. Fuck it. Okay. I was trying to get both of these to show off. I guess I'll only show one of them because my hands don't want to fucking work. So yeah, this franchise started in 2006, had a sequel in 2009, and then was absent for about 10 years before coming back with something that is labeled as a third installment, but really differs from games 1 and 2, only follows the same tradition in the name and the base concept. But is still one of my favorite game series to this day that I also cover a lot of on my channel, Brand Synergy, haha. But I have this little gem right here, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series.
I had that.
Yeah.
I had that.
Yep, love this game to bits. And specifically, I'm glad I still managed to hold on to my PS4 files for games 1 and 2, because they give you a lot of extra characters that are very hard to come by nowadays unless you buy certain versions from third parties. And I think that is just kind of the ultimate celebration of the Marvel Universe. It takes you through so many different, areas, locations, introduces you to so many characters, so many niche characters too, that, the hardcore comic fans will know. But it was also how I became familiar with a lot of different characters, because, I watched a lot of those Marvel cartoons in the 90s, but like this game was how I found out about characters like Fing Fang Foom, like Namor, like Ultron. That was how I found out about some of those characters. And it's really just a love letter to Marvel, where you go to Atlantis, you go to the Sanctum Sanctorum, Mephisto's realm, Asgard, the Shi'ar Empire, the Skrull planet. It's like they take you everywhere. Craft a really great story in that first game too. And in the second game, this isn't a spoiler because it's all over the marketing for it. They kind of do their own version of Civil War, and they were held back a little bit. And I think where that game really shines, even though they do their version of Civil War well enough, I think that game really shines whenever it tells the bits of its own original story, which I won't spoil in case anybody wants to play through it. But no, I absolutely love those games. Played them a lot with my siblings and some family members growing up. And I will say, I don't know like how many people hold stock into this sort of thing, but when you're making difficulties for games, like you want the difficulties to be like relatively balanced. Like you want easy mode to feel easy, and you want hard mode to feel like a legitimate challenge, and normal to be somewhere in the middle. And I feel like the first Marvel Ultimate Alliance has the perfect hard mode. Like it starts you off relatively challenging because you would have had to have played through it once to unlock the hard mode to begin with. But it starts you off relatively challenging, and it moves along at a solid pace, and it punishes you if you haven't, applied the necessary abilities and buffs to your characters, and if you haven't properly trained them and equipped them. And some people get turned off by the grind factor in a lot of those games. Here's the thing. You don't have to grind up all your characters. You can if you want to, but you absolutely do not have to. And
reminds me of like the Korean games where you just kind of grind for hours and hours and hours for stuff.
Yeah. And not only that, but you get to combine like all your favorites combinations of characters together. Like you can get a team of all villains, you can make a Fantastic Four team, an X-Men team, and depending on what combinations of characters you make, I mean, that was arguably one of the funnest parts of the whole game, is just building your own teams. And then if you made a certain combination of characters, you would hear the announcer of the game like scream a bunch of different team names, and just finding those combinations and hearing that announcer again, it gave you a bit of a dopamine hit because you're like, oh, I thought about something and it worked. Yeah, love those games to bits, and I still go back and replay them pretty often.
All right. See you later, Darth Zen. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. All right, Ronan. So we are at the end of the list. So it is time for your. Are you
giving any honorable mentions, by the way?
I mean, you can if you want. I'm not going to give any because I'm going to save those for in case we do another list.
Okay.
So, Ronan, final choice here.
I'll give some quick honorable mentions. I'm gonna go with Uncharted. I effing love that.
Yeah, Uncharted 2 specifically.
Yeah. Another one is the Army Men franchise from the obscure and just like I played it a lot as a kid, and I love that franchise. The Tomb Raider one as well. I respect and adore the hell out of it. But my fifth game I'm gonna go with is the is the FIFA franchise. I love soccer. I love football in general. I still try to watch as much as I can. And talk about before, I really leaned into my nerdiness back then, especially in high school. If we weren't playing soccer after school, we were playing it in our houses and going for 3 hours, just playing this game. And it's so addictive. People make a living off it right now between the gameplays. It is just the beautiful game in any sector, and like the fact that people can play it across continents, across countries, across languages. I just adore it. And like, there's if you look on YouTube, there is old footage of young Ronan 10 years ago playing a couple of gameplays of FIFA with some of my other friends who started YouTube, and like, it's just madness the amount of stuff we were doing while playing the game. So I adore FIFA.
I don't have FIFA, but I do got these.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, 3Dub, it is your final choice here. What are you putting up on the list?
So you want to talk about grind? I spent over 800 hours on this game.
Oh, no.
And I'm still going.
CSGO?
And it crossed over from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. It started in, this is like, it has a franchise, but I don't play those like old games to it because the graphics suck. 2014 is when, graphics were like really nice and you can actually like stand it. It's Thief.
Oh, my brother used to play that game all the time. Like on the
I love the stealthness of it.
I think he played. Was it 3? Is there Thief 3 or Thief 2? Is it like a?
There's a like it's a remastered version of all three, I guess, combined. But there's Thief 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Right on. Harrison, thanks for that. Appreciate it.
And it has a supernatural and horror aspect to it.
Yes, Sensei, I did play that.
What is that? Oh, DC Universe Online?
Yeah, I played the hell out of that.
Okay, so let me see.
Well, I can clear this
3Dub, do you have any honorable mentions, or is that it for you?
My honorable mention would be let me look. Grand Theft Burnout.
Grand Theft Burnout?
no, Burnout.
The racing one?
No, it's a crashing one.
Oh, okay. And King, I know there's multiple Thief games. I do know that.
Also Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront I adore.
Yeah. And my other one was oh my gosh, why am I blanking on it? Tom Clancy's Division.
Cool.
That's a good one. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So my final choice is like two games.
Can I ask Ronan something right quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Ronan, do you mean the new Star Wars Battlefronts or these Star Wars Battlefronts?
Specifically the PS2 one, but I also appreciate some elements of the new ones, like specifically the squad one, Inferno Squad. I love that storyline, but when I think of Battlefront, I think of that game, specifically the one you just showed.
Cool. All right, Eric, sorry about that.
That's okay. All right, so mine is a franchise of games, but they're vastly different depending on which ones they are. But there's two of them specifically, and one that I'm currently playing that has been around for a while or whatever. And that is the game franchise is Final Fantasy.
Woo!
But the two games specifically are like the outliers from all the other ones. And that is Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14, which are both the online games over the years. I started playing Final Fantasy 11 back in 2001. I played it almost all the way up till 2013. While I was playing that, another game came out with an online presence, which is Final Fantasy 14, which is like a updated version of Final Fantasy 11. I started playing that. It took a 3-year break. It came back, and I've been playing that ever since. I still play Final Fantasy 14 now almost every single day. Literally almost every single day I'm playing it. I play it through like screen share on my phone or PS share on my phone. I play it on my tablet. I play it at work. Sometimes when I'm mixing music, I'll pop it open and run a dungeon or something. So yeah, I'm always playing Final Fantasy 14 in some way or another. So that is my number one game.
The only
easily.
Final Fantasy games I played were 6, 7, and 10 were the only ones I played.
That's what's unique with this franchise. Like now, when I think of Final Fantasy, it's unanimous with Maximilian. Like again, that's
yeah.
Carrying that torch, just like,
Yeah.
oh.
Like, and the thing about it is there's so many different, there's the turn-based ones, there's the puzzle ones, there's tactics, there's the combat action ones. I mean, like 13 is another one that's very diverse or whatever, divisive with the fans. Like there's lots of different ones. I like turn-based games too, which is why I like Baldur's Gate, but I really like the action RPG element as well. So anyway, Darren, it is time. It's to your last choice here.
Yeah. It's obviously Candy Crush, my number one game of all.
Is it really?
No.
I was gonna say.
No, I like my final answer is like half a silly answer because it's a fun one to end on, but is ultimately still the most games I've ever played in a franchise and I've completed in a franchise. It's a bit silly. All the shitty Ben 10 games I've played over the years. I've played I've played
have you finished all of them?
I've finished most of them, except for like the new reboot stuff that they've done post kind of Prime stuff. I've played most of the games. I play them over and over and over again as a kid. I would just repeat them.
But you said some of them have been really bad.
Oh, some of them. Oh, yeah, most of them aren't great. They're they're very the graphics aren't great, and you can only use like 5 aliens. And
right.
But I have a nostalgia for all of them, and like to this day, I'll just put one on and be like, yeah, just whatever.
It's like, this sucks, but I mean, everybody has their bad habits. I could be worse.
Yeah, it's a way of expressing my fandom. Honorable mentioned, it's mobile, but Clash Royale I still play pretty regularly. I'm a big fan of that. Dreamlight Valley I play pretty regularly.
I thought you were gonna, what was it, AFK Dungeon or whatever that thing is that people play a lot of. So
you know what? I'm surprised no one has said.
What?
I'm surprised nobody said Minecraft.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I have Fortnite on mine as well, just because I played a lot, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite games of all time. And then Ronan took Last of Us, which would be on my list as well.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
you had to know that was coming.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to our final one of the night, and then we have one final super chat right now. So, Jake, what is your last choice here? Which, by the way, I don't think there was a lot of people taking other people's answers. It seems like we had mostly different answers.
So, I'll throw a few honorable mentions out, and then I'll throw my my last choice. First honorable mention, I've played this a lot on console streams, so Ronan and Darren will know this. It's the Fire Emblem series. Love that series to bits. Where like I'll just be seen playing it, and somebody goes, "What are you playing?" Normally it's that. I was even doing that on Darren's last stream while I was waiting for my turn in. And it's series that started all the way back in the 90s on the NES, started in the early 90s, and then has gone all the way up to current day. Granted, we haven't had a game or a mainline game in a year and a half. Actually, no, over 2 years actually. But love that series to bits. It's a great RPG, and I just absolutely love it. It went from NES to SNES to GBA to GameCube to Wii U, all the way up to Switch. Even had some on 3DS as well. Great strategy RPG. And for anybody who's ever played Advance Wars, the way I describe Fire Emblem is basically Advance Wars with swords and magic. Last honorable mention that I'll throw in here. This one's like kind of a 2-part honorable mention, but you'll get what I mean when I say it. I considered putting this in my top 5, but I'm going with the Legend of Zelda series. Specifically, Twilight Princess is my favorite game of that series. Love this series to bits. Played them a lot growing up. And by extension, this is what I meant when I said 2-parter. I also love the Hyrule Warriors games. They're fantastic and very underrated. But my actual last one. What?
No, go ahead. It's just funny.
What? When I said my last one?
Yeah.
My last one is a series that started in 94, I want to say either 94 or 95, and didn't really get as much mainstream attention until the 3rd installment, and really skyrocketed with the 5th installment to the point where the 5th installment is one of the best-selling games of all time. and I have also have a visual. I have the Elder Scrolls.
Oh,
franchise.
Elder Scrolls, got it.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
I
Love
figured Skyrim would be there somewhere.
Love that series to absolute bits. Morrowind and Skyrim are like two of my favorite games that I played a lot of. Played Morrowind a lot on PC back in the day. I stream Skyrim pretty regularly now. And I think they're just great. You can go wherever, do whatever, and be whatever. That's the thing. You are not really held back by anything. Whatever kind of character you want to play, whatever sort of abilities you want to mix, whatever storylines you want to go down, you're free to do any of that. And they just give you so much freedom, a lot of world building, fantastic soundtracks. Love those series to bits. They just recently remastered Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and it's fucking phenomenal. I'm hoping for an Elder Scrolls 6 soon, because we've been hearing things, but not actually seeing anything. We saw one teaser like 4 years ago and nothing since.
Yeah.
And we have not gotten a new mainline game since Skyrim from 2011. That's how long it's been. We need another mainline game.
Got a few top fives here. Cameron says Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, Arkham, Uncharted, Red Dead Redemption. Harrison says SMT, Yakuza, Hitman, Star Wars Battlefront, XCOM. All right. Jay Kung says Naruto Ultimate Ninja Series.
Okay.
All right.
If
I wanted to be silly, I could have said the old Lion King game.
No, Darren, it's funny you bring that up.
You have it, Jake. I have funny. The like Switch version, the PS5 version. But
what? Not Jake has it right there.
Oh
my god!
This game was very difficult, but very fun.
It is very hard. I barely touched. Like, it's so hard.
Do you have Superman Nintendo 64?
Huh?
Do you have Superman Nintendo 64? Because that one is 6.5.
I played it. I never owned it, but I did play it.
That was a rough game. Fatman here has got Sims at number 1. Hitman, Commandos, Assassin's Creed, and GTA. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed.
All right, let's see what we got here. Screw.
Have one of those over here too.
Screwface Capone with the $5 super chat says my faves are 1, King of Fighters, 2 is Street Fighter. King of Fighters, I didn't even think about that. CVS is actually one of my favorites. Capcom versus SNK. King of Fighters, Street Fighters, Mega Man, great franchise.
Especially Mega Man
Castlevania, another great franchise. Yeah, and Doom.
Mega Man X, it has like one of the best soundtracks in video games.
Yeah. We had this one final super chat. We'll just use quickly because mine are really easy. I think I talked about it earlier, but South Texas Shark with a $2 super chat asking the question that he always loves to ask here, which is what did you watch this week? I think it's a great question. Right now I'm watching Wednesday. We just got done with it. By the way, 8 episodes over like 7 years is crazy. I don't know how long it's been since the show's been out, but 8 episodes.
7 years.
It feels like it's been forever since we watched the first season.
Season 1 came out in 2022.
Oh, okay. Well,
of what?
Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like it's been forever.
I was about to say it's not Stranger Things.
Yeah, you know. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. I've been watching that. I guess I'll be watching Happy Gilmore too because somebody super chatted for that. So I watched that tonight. We watched Death of a Unicorn.
I heard about that. I haven't seen it.
I've heard things.
It's actually pretty fun. It's not a great movie, but it's fun. Paul Rudd is great, and then it's funny. We watched that with Jenna Ortega. She's in it, and then immediately you watch Wednesday. So it's like it was just back.
There's a reason it took so long for Wednesday to come out.
Yeah, that's true. She was very in demand. A little Beetlejuice here, a little Death of the Unicorn there.
Yeah, and then Writer's Strike as well.
Still haven't gotten a third Babysitter movie with her.
Yeah. Anybody else have any honorable mentions of stuff you're watching this week?
I saw some stuff.
Well, this week. You want to go, Rowan?
I was Mega Man quick because like I've seen some stuff, but I can't talk about it yet. So
right.
Okay. I already know what that is.
Yeah.
So I did see Wednesday. I am seeing Freakier Friday tomorrow on Friday, which is kind of funny. And I saw Wednesday on Wednesday. I mean, what the
Freakier Friday on Friday, Wednesday on Wednesday.
I've been watching anime because I'm an anime fanatic, so I don't
a lot of anime.
Basically, if I say
right?
I like I'm going to say it wrong. I like when people are transported to other worlds, and Omega hates that. So
oh, gotcha. I wish Omega would have been here. He's a big gamer too. I would have loved for him to drop his game. So.
By the way, you brought up Omega. I was going to mention this game, and I just remembered now.
Oh no!
Shout out to Skies of Arcadia. That's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was great on Sega, and it was great on GameCube.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say Chris is just dropping his here.
Isekai. There we go.
Thanks everybody for putting out your list as well. I do appreciate you guys participating.
I did Bad Guys 2 today, which was a lot better than I thought it'd be. Actually, it was actually very solid.
I heard it's not doing well though in the box office, right?
I think it'll do well over time though. I don't think it has the biggest budget.
It doesn't mean anything.
I think they'll be fine. And
I'm a little sad because I thought that was going to do really well, but.
And then I started The Studio this week,
that's a great show. I love that show.
I heard fantastic things, and this week I'm doing my every show I've ever seen ranking list, and I'm like, I want to get that on there. So,
by the way, shout out to my video from yesterday. I did the Variety article and I went through it. So if you didn't watch it, it's anybody in the chat didn't watch it, it's up on my channel. It took a while. It's a long video. I think it's like 45 minutes long because it was so many things to go through. That's why I said if we did that list, we would have been.
That's a whole
six. It would have probably been more than 3 hours to do that stream. But I made that list. I was very surprised at some of the choices, and then at the end, I give my top 5. I'm not going to say I'm here. Most people probably figure it out, but if you go watch that video, it's up there. It's on my channel. I'm trying to get back into the algorithm with videos, so I'm trying to release daily videos on the Reloaded channel as well. So you're getting daily debunk videos, daily Reloaded videos, 2 live streams a week, maybe 3 starting soon. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with myself at a certain point, but we'll see. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I think we're done. We got all the super chats in. Let's see what won the poll tonight in the Reloaded channel.
All right, finally got all this shit cleared up.
All right. With 35%, it was close. The top 3 were very close. 35% is the top 5 DCU wish list. So
we'll be able
to talk about what we want to see. Yeah, we'll be able to talk about that. We might even do that one. We might do that on Monday since it's relevant. So
one day we should do the top video game commercials.
Yeah.
Oh,
am I the only one that remembers that Super Mario Got Milk commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, we should do top 5 worst video game adaptations of all time, which are all the movies and TV shows and stuff like that. That'll be a good one.
Mario.
So anyway, we got top 5 DCU wish list. We didn't hit the goal in the Debunks channel. We only had 1 out of 5 super chats, but we're gonna try and work on it over there. We'll do 5 on that channel just because we're starting out. If we hit that goal, you guys will be able to select what video I talk about. But the only thing I can assume is that you guys like what I'm talking about over there, so that's why it doesn't really matter. But that's fine. I do appreciate all the super chats and all the support you guys give. It means a lot to me. With that being said, I want to thank our panel tonight. In the house, of course, we have 3Dub, who was here and hurt himself to be on the stream. So thank you for falling over on boxes for the community. Do appreciate it.
Do what I can,
Yeah. And then we have Darren in the house with his he's got a hat compilation video. I highly suggest going and watching that video on his channel. It's probably one of the best videos I've seen this year. So go over and check that out. And then we have Ronan who dropped in. Thank you so much, Ronan, for being here and being part of the stream. Appreciate it. And obviously Jake for rolling through. And he's the one that picked the really cool top 5 that we had today. And I think he's the one that picked the winning top 5 that we had tonight. So he's got a good idea for lists. So we'll keep letting him do it for free. Or I might actually cash app him like $5 or something. We'll see. My name isn't Lance, so we'll see what
Lance does.
Yeah,
Damn.
my name isn't Lance. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and we'll see everyone on Monday. And yeah, that's it. Take care.